Elections will reveal the final unofficial results Wednesday night. Murkowski leads Republican challenger Kelly Tshibaka by less than 1,700 votes, 43.3% to 42.7%. In the House contest, Peltola holds a commanding lead with 48.7% support over Republicans Sarah Palin at 25.8% and Nick Begich at 23.4%. Bernie Bennett reporting.
Breaking news and analysis at townhall.com. A Scottish attempt at independence in order to remain dependent is shot down, as Tasha Stevens explains.
The UK Supreme Court rules that Scotland does not have the power to hold a new referendum on independence without the consent of the British government. It's a major setback for the Scottish government's campaign to leave the UK. The UK government says the question was settled in a 2014 referendum that saw Scottish voters reject independence by a margin of 55 to 45%. The pro-independence faction in Edinburgh wants a redo because they don't want to leave the EU with Britain. Polls suggest Scots are about evenly split on independence, and a majority of voters do not want a new referendum anytime soon. Tasha Stevens reporting.
Employees at the world's biggest Apple iPhone factory were beaten and detained in protests over pay amid antivirus controls. And that's according to witnesses and videos on social media. More of these stories can be found at townhall.com.
What in the wide, wide world of sports is going on here?
I promise you, whatever scum did this, not one man in this force will rest for 1 minute until he's behind bars. Now let's grab a bite to eat. Yeah, come on.
I feel the hot wind on my shoulder and the touch of a world that is older. I hit the switch and check the number. I leave it on and then I slumber. I hear the rhythm ringing through it. Flamenco guitar and cumbia music. I hear the talking of the DJ. The travel and what does he say? I'm on a Mexican radio. I'm on a Mexican radio.
Broadcasting live from high atop the J.P. White Building in downtown Roswell, New Mexico. It's Mornings with Mike Winters on 106.5 Roswell's Talk FM.
Is that what I sound like when I talk?
Now, here's your host, Mike Winters.
And good morning, one and all. Welcome to Mornings with Mike Winters. I am he. That would be me, Mike Winters. Happy Eve of Thanksgiving.
Gobble, gobble, everybody.
The busiest travel day of the year,
Indeed.
which both of us have traveled.
Yeah.
You got more than I do.
Yeah.
Matter
It's been a stressful morning so far. I've been up since about 4:30.
Wow.
Yeah. Well, usually I
Getting
wake up
packed and ready.
Usually I wake up about 5 to get everything ready. But yeah, 4:30 to kind of. I spent most of last night packing, and this one was a little more difficult because my mom has requested that we go through and bring hand-me-down clothes and toys for AJ and Alex, my brother's kids. So the kids were tasked last night with going through and finding toys and clothes that didn't fit them or that they didn't want anymore. And so I have my car right now is loaded with like all kinds of grocery garbage bags full of like hand-me-down clothes, hand-me-down toys.
He drives a Chevy Spark, by the way.
It's a very small car. It's incredibly compact. I'll say this, my kids have the most space because the back seat is relatively clear, just their blankets.
Sure.
And all the other stuff
Well,
is
they'll just
crammed into my passenger seat where,
they'll just get all buried in the blankets anyway on the trip there.
Right.
So,
yeah. All the rest of my stuff is crammed into my passenger seat where, like a lover would be.
So what's a road trip snack situation for you? How do you do that?
Well, I tend to kind of do it as I go along.
Okay.
I always like a good salty and a good sweet. So what I usually do is go with like something like a bagged candy, usually gummy, something that's not going to melt.
Okay.
You just kind of randomly pop in.
Sure.
And then a jerky.
Yeah, that's a good.
But my new go-to, it scratches both of those itches at the same time. Payday bar.
Oh, okay.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I enjoy, weirdly enough? And, I like them all the time, but I particularly like to eat them while driving on a road trip.
Right.
Pizzeria combos.
Ooh, I haven't had a good combo in a while. Now, here's the thing, though. Here's the problem.
Yeah.
I don't like, hot take, I don't like pretzel combos.
Ooh, you like the cracker ones?
I like the cracker combos.
See, I'm the opposite.
But
I'm the
they're
pretzel
next
guy.
to impossible to find cracker combos.
I see them.
Yeah, you see them every now and again, but like in just like cheddar cheese. They don't have any of the good flavors.
I will tell you a good place to look. Walgreens.
Okay.
Check the snack aisle in Walgreens. I always see a bevy of combo situations there. If you want to see a new flavor of combos, Walgreens is your best bet to find them.
Okay.
If I'll see like a buffalo chicken ranch flavor.
Yeah, they do have a lot of weird, like up in the front there, kind of their impact aisle. They have a lot of interesting snacks.
Yeah. And generally speaking, most of the time they're new flavors or cracker based combos, not pretzel based. But I prefer pretzel, but because I'm a pretzel.
I just think it's a little bit too salty. It's over salty. The
but
cracker
it works with the pizzeria
blends
cheese.
well. See, I think that would. Yeah, you're right.
Yeah, the pizzeria cheese it works with. I could see it with nacho cheese, maybe not as tasty. I've seen more of the nacho cheese with the cracker.
Right.
But pizzeria.
So I'm curious. You're not a coffee person.
I'm not.
Do you ever struggle with like white line fever, staying awake, and if you do you reach for the energy drink, 5-hour energy? What do you usually use?
My caffeine intake is Coke Zero.
Just the sodas.
Yeah, that's generally the only thing.
If you're starting to fall out on like the road, like you're getting the white line fever, do you ever do the thing where you like pull over and get something?
Rarely. I'm not by myself, so if I get that bad, I'm like, all right, Kim, you got to take over.
Right.
But
so you don't have pride? Okay, what's that like? Tell me more. Yeah, I had the wife with me for most of my trips. I'm gonna do this to prove it to myself.
Well, and to be honest, road trips she prefers me to drive, except for this, like Albuquerque, and she wants to drive.
Okay,
her car and everything else.
Makes sense.
She's not a city driver per se. She does not. She gets very nervous
and
driving.
She wants to drive in Albuquerque.
Well, she's done it enough where she feels a little comfortable.
Okay,
and she's trying to, work through
bolster her sensibility.
So I just sit there and be a passenger and white knuckle it on the other side.
Hard for me.
It's not easy
control.
for me either. Well, Kim and I are both control freaks.
Well, that's what drives me nuts. Is when it was me and kid's mom taking road trips, she'd be like, you can
our guest is here, Roy.
She'd be like, swap out. You could get some sleep. She never had a problem sleeping when I was driving, but I can't sleep when someone else is driving. I can't. I'm falling out over in the driver's seat. As soon as I get in the passenger seat, I'm like the adrenaline starts rushing. I'm like, okay, cool, let's switch back. I'm good now. I'm good.
No, I get tired. The I don't know if it's the engine and the highway and everything, but I sit there not driving or doing something. If I'm not actively engaged in something, I'm like getting heavy eyes.
Yeah, it's legit white. It's well, they call it white line fever. It's when you see all those lines going by. It's almost a hypnosis.
But when I'm driving, I'm usually fine. It's when I'm not the driver and I don't have a responsibility per se.
The worst one of those for me was this was when I took my first solo road trip with it was just me and Rhiannon. No, I'm sorry. This is actually before my kids. This was the first road trip I took solo when I locked my keys in the car that time. This was years ago.
Oh, wow.
Anyways, that's a whole other story for another time. I was getting that white line fever and I stopped off at a Love's. It was just like outside of Amarillo.
Yeah.
And I got myself a Red Line energy drink. Okay. So this is years ago. At the time, the can was like the size of a Bang Monster energy, whatever. Yeah. Normal size can.
Well, 16 ounce or whatever it is.
But the people who make Red Line are the same people that make 5-hour energy.
Oh.
So basically,
it's a 5-hour energy.
This was like a 50-hour energy.
But it tastes like 5-hour energy?
It was good. It was fine. And I powered through the thing and drank it down in like a good solid 5 or 6 minutes. But here's the problem. I was awake. From here down, I was awake. I could have gotten out of my car and run a marathon. I would have been passed out asleep while I was doing it, but I could have done the doggone thing.
You're like a zombie.
Yeah. From here down, my body was just like jittery and like shaky and sweaty.
Did he go get our guest?
I don't know.
Hey, Roy, you in there? Did you go get our guest?
Roy?
I'm going to guess he went
Are you asleep?
Assuming he isn't talking. I think he went to go get our guest. I didn't see him leave, so I can't see quite directly in there to see if he's still in there or not. So I think he's going to get our guest. We do have a guest.
Someone coming to our Thanksgiving table.
See, we're gonna let me give you the rundown for today's show. We're gonna have the folks from American Legion Post 61 join us here in just a few. They want to do a last-minute reminder about Wreaths Across America, the 29th of this month, which is days away.
Yes,
is the final day to sponsor a wreath. And if you're thinking, what is this about? Well, stick around.
Stay tuned.
We'll learn you about it.
That's right.
In the 8 o'clock hour, about 8:15, we're going to replay our interview. Pastor Jim Ridgway joined us yesterday. He does the gig, the church there on the courthouse lawn. You see Friday nights, many nights. Well, they're doing a Thanksgiving dinner. All that are hungry, they're having Thanksgiving meal from 11 to 2 on the courthouse lawn tomorrow. So Pastor joined us. We chit-chat about that and what he's got going on there. So, and always looking for more volunteers. So, listen in for that one. And then in the 9 o'clock hour, about 9:15, Crystal Noble with the Humane Society. She's scheduled to join us for her bi-monthly visit, I think would be the term, to give us an update on pets available for adoption and any thrift store deals. I wonder if they got Black Friday deals at the thrift store there. So if they are, she'll tell us about them here in the 9 o'clock hour. So
I think we need to next year. We didn't plan it right this year, but next year, let's make it a point that every guest that comes on the day before Thanksgiving brings like a casserole or like a side. Yeah.
So then we just eat it.
Well, because
the next
all
day?
I'm thinking about is food. Is like, because you're talking about the free Thanksgiving dinner. I'm thinking about the stuff going on tomorrow with my family. I'm in food mode.
I started
very
out
much.
with road snacks.
Doggone right. Next year, casserole Wednesdays.
There you go. All right, now I got to ask before we get to it's a wormhole, and I'm going to be careful.
Okay.
But go-to casserole, like right off top of your
Green
head.
bean. I mean, if we're talking Thanksgiving casseroles, it's got
Just
to be
in
green
general
bean.
casserole. Doesn't have to be Thanksgiving.
Yeah,
just,
well, that's the first one that popped into my head.
first one for me is hominy casserole.
See, I don't think I've ever had a hominy casserole. Whenever I have hominy, it's usually in like a pozole or a menudo.
My wife makes it, and the ingredients are ground beef, cheese, hominy, obviously, green chili,
Okay.
Doritos, and then cream of soups, and mix it all together, and then you bake it.
Be
Pretty good.
whiter.
Huh?
Be whiter.
No, it's delicious.
No. But be whiter.
Why?
There's a whole host of TikTok videos about how bad white people are at cooking because they'll crumble like that video we watched yesterday where the dude took
that was
potato
gross.
chips and made mashed potatoes. That's what jumps into my head when you say Doritos. I'm sure it's delightful.
Because I don't even like Doritos.
But what you're doing is you're utilizing the Dorito in lieu of seasoning.
No, there's other seasonings.
Yeah.
Oh, he's mad about casserole.
No, I'm not mad. I'm not
Trust
mad at
me.
all. I just I'm not doubting that it's delicious, Mike.
Yeah, he didn't like the Dorito.
I'm not doubting that it's delicious.
We destroyed it with that.
I'm just saying that it's so Caucasian in its preparation. That's all I'm driving at.
If you mean delicious Caucasian, then call me. Call me.
There was a meme that was like, if you know you have to go to a deserted island with your best white friend, what are you taking with you? And the guy had just an armful of spices. I'm taking seasonings. There's a whole thing about Midwestern cooking and like not utilizing seasonings.
Well, this is not Midwestern. How much green chili's in a
With
Midwestern
the advent of
thing?
green chili, I'm like, I'm not saying it's not delicious. It's just I was waiting for that one. When you said, okay, ground beef, cool. Cheese, awesome. Hominy, great. You don't really need a lot of teeth to eat this already. It sounds fantastic.
Yeah, it's a soft food.
Green
it's a
chili,
casserole.
green chili, delicious, great. I was waiting for it. I'm sitting here, I'm like, there's gonna be a thing.
Yeah.
There's gonna be a thing.
Trust me.
Doritos.
Many moons ago, when my wife introduced this to me and said there was Doritos, I was like, I'm out. I don't want Doritos. I don't like Doritos. And she basically said, shut up and try it. And then I did, and it's been a staple, we've had over the years. Not every day, but, every once in a while we'll pop in that casserole.
I just, but yeah, given the druthers, I definitely prefer like a green bean with the French fried onions.
See, that's
on
a
top.
side dish. My casseroles in my head are main fare.
It's all about you. You're thirsty on Maine,
Yeah.
as they say, as the kids say.
And I think I know if you're from Texas, the official casserole there is chicken spaghetti.
I've had that. And
I have,
It's
too.
not terrible.
If you like Velveeta.
Not my go-to. Definitely not my go-to.
It's Velveeta up.
It's very, it's...
But I remember apparently when my wife's sister passed, apparently chicken spaghetti is the official food of funerals in Texas because there was 50 different chicken spaghettis. And they were all different. Like each person had a little slight twist to their chicken spaghetti, and it was different. So I almost had like a smorgasbord hodgepodge of chicken spaghettis
So I'm
during
surprised
that
that
time.
chicken spaghetti as a dish hasn't adopted that and says, with the slogan, tastes like death.
Well, I just like when they finished off. It's a real Italian treat. I'm like, okay. Whatever you say.
No, it is not.
All right, it is 7:18. Let's go ahead and get you up to date on the weather.
I'm meteorologist Steve Hamilton with your Pecos Valley weather. We'll get sunshine today. We do have cooler temperatures coming up with a cold front moving through the central Rockies, and that's headed our way. Mid-60s on the afternoon high today. Overnight, a few clouds, and we'll drop into the mid-30s. And then Thanksgiving Day looks pretty good with a mix of sunshine and clouds, but it will be quite a bit cooler and windy. Our afternoon high in the upper 40s, rain possible Friday. I'm meteorologist Steve Hamilton, and that's your latest forecast.
Thank you, Steve. Currently 67 degrees here in Roswell. Humidity is 31 degrees. Humidity is at 67. It's a Monday all over again. Winds are calm at the moment. Mostly sunny today and 65. Enjoy it. It's not going to be that way after today. Winds will be out of the south 5 to 10 miles per hour. Partly cloudy tonight with an overnight low of 35 degrees. Southwest winds 5 to 10. For Thanksgiving Day, partly cloudy, 49 for a high. The winds will remain breezy out of the north, 20 to 25, gusting as high as 35 miles per hour. Thanksgiving night, tomorrow night, we are looking at a 50% chance of rain before 11 p.m., then changing over to a rain-snow mix after 11 p.m. Mostly cloudy with an overnight low of 33, hence that rain-snow mix right there on the cusp. Winds will be out of the north 15 to 20 miles per hour. Friday, we're looking at a 40% chance of snow showers before 11 a.m., then changing over to a rain-snow mix after that. Partly cloudy with a high of 40 on Friday. Winds out of the north 15 to 20. Chance of precip again at 40%. Friday night, 40% chance of rain and snow showers before 11. Then a slight chance of some snow showers after that. Mostly cloudy. Overnight low of 30. And then Saturday, all that clears up. Sunny skies, highs back near 60. And then Sunday, sunny skies, 58 for a high. So we're going to get the gamut the next couple days. 60s and warm to snowy and wet to back to sunny and warm again. So all in like 4-day span. All right, it is 21 minutes after 7. We're going to take a quick commercial break. And then we'll talk with the folks from American Legion Post 61 on the other side. Don't go away. You're listening to Mornings with Mike Winters.
If a sports injury is keeping you from the physical activities you love, the sports medicine team at Artesia General Hospital can help. Their orthopedic specialists and physical therapists work closely with you throughout diagnosis and treatment. No matter the injury, from ACL injuries, golfers and tennis elbow to foot and ankle pain, they'll get you back in the game. Appointments are available in Artesia or Carlsbad. Request an appointment at artesiageneral.com/sports.
Mark your calendars, shoppers. The Yucca Blossom Christmas Jamboree is set for December 10th and 11th at the Eddy County Fairgrounds in Artesia. Over 90 booths featuring all kinds of arts and crafts, candles, jewelry, clothing, keychains, home decor, kitchen and bath accessories, and so much more. Bring the family. There's something for everyone. Santa Claus will be there both days. There's plenty to eat and drink, too, with several food trucks on site. The Yucca Blossom Christmas Jamboree, December 10th and 11th at the Eddy County Fairgrounds, and paid by Eddy County Lodger's Tax.
Here's a Mornings with Mike Winters fun fact. The ball on top of a flagpole is called a truck. Mess with your friends today by pointing at a flagpole and say, "Hey, check out the truck on top of that flagpole." Here's Mike Winters.
And good morning. It is 22 minutes after 7 o'clock, and joining us in the studio this morning from American Legion Post 61, Commander Lee and Auxiliary President Jen back with us. Good morning. How's everybody doing? How's so are y'all ready for Thanksgiving as far as getting all the foods and things you need to get?
Turkey's been defrosted in the fridge for a few days.
I know you guys have been busy as a post collecting and gathering of turkeys and distributing them to
22 of them.
Great.
Yeah, 22 turkeys this year.
Yeah.
That's a record, right?
It is.
It is.
Because we did, what, like 11 last year?
11 last year.
Yeah. So we doubled that.
We did.
Nice. Congratulations.
Yep. Mostly
Love that.
thanks to our Cub Scout pack. They managed to get 10 of them.
Good
Yes,
deal.
they did.
So who was nice enough to help us donate some of the turkeys? Just families and things, or was there one of the businesses?
Well,
or
I
something?
know that the American Legion bought 6 of them.
Okay.
And Laprino Foods donated
a
6.
few.
Yeah.
Awesome. So there's 12.
And then we got 10 from wherever the scouts procured theirs.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's the mystery. We don't
we
know where they
we
came
didn't
from.
ask.
They fell off a truck. Don't worry about it.
Well,
I'm kidding, of course.
I don't know. You had an advertisement the other day where some guy was selling beef out of the back of his truck or something.
Oh yeah, they were doing that. I think through yesterday. They were in Artesia and Roswell at the Tractor Supply.
I'm always leery about buying beef off the back of a truck.
He had some good stuff. I saw it, and they had some. Like they even got the stuff that's a little fancy for most of us. Like your crab legs and the.
Oh wow,
the
that is fancy.
Stuff that maybe for holidays or special occasions, but not stuff you just eating on a Tuesday,
Yeah.
But I'm glad we got 22 turkeys out this year. That's great. If we're in the Thanksgiving spirit, we're right here. Thanksgiving holiday, the season of giving, the season of being thankful. This is what we got a last minute push here.
Mm-hmm.
Last time we had the folks from American Legion on, we were talking about Wreaths Across America. Which is a great national organization that, with a goal of placing wreaths on the graves of every veteran during the Christmas holiday season here. We here in Roswell, with our American Legion Post 61, have a goal of getting 300 wreaths to place on the graves, mostly at Memory Lawn, but whatever we have left over, we'll disperse accordingly. Right. Whether it's, we'll take some to the Veterans Memorial on the courthouse lawn here. We got extras to take down towards South Park or McBride. Yeah, we'll do that.
Yeah, we were at 104 this morning.
Good deal. Well, we're a third of the way to the goal.
Yeah.
And we've got through the 29th, right?
Yeah, next Tuesday.
Next Tuesday.
So not even a week left.
Yes. So we got less than a week. So we want to do a last minute push before everyone sits down and stuffs their face with turkey and vegetates in front of the TV and watches football and parades all day.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, remember your veterans.
There you go. We just take a few minutes. Now, the good news is it's very easy for you to help us. All they're asking is $15 to sponsor a wreath. If you want to sponsor more, there's opportunities to do so, but that's all we're asking. The quickest, easiest way for you to do this is just go to the Legion's website page, which is roswelllegion.org. And then right in the middle of the page, you're going to see a poster there for the Wreaths Across America. And then right below it says, click here to support us or help out or something like that. Click that, and that'll take you to the Wreaths Across America page. At the top there, you're going to see 2 buttons. It says sponsor a wreath and something else. I don't remember what's there. Click on the sponsor a wreath. And then it'll give you the options whether you want to sponsor 1 or 2, or I think they have a deal for like 5 for $75, and then I think they get a couple down where you can spend a few $100s to get like 10 or so wreaths sponsored. But however you want to do that, that's entirely up to you. But our goal again is to get 300 wreaths here on headstones and graves here throughout Roswell. So we would love for your support there. So especially if you've got a veteran family member, or maybe one of your loved ones is one of these veterans that are residing at the cemeteries here.
And we'll need help distributing those on the 17th if you want to come out.
Yes, December 17th is our distribution day. So the last day to order the wreaths is the 29th.
Right.
And then they'll get them ordered, and then they're going to, on the 17th, a truck will show up full of wreaths. And then we disperse accordingly. We'll need a group of people to sit there and help us distribute.
Right, because if we make our goal of 300, that's a lot of wreaths to put out.
Yeah, that's the other problem. The other good problem
help.
is, we made it. Oh, but now we need some bodies to distribute 300 wreaths across town here. So.
Yes.
So please, if you have it in your heart, love to have you help us do that. You can kind of see the wreaths and everything there at the website. If you're looking like, well, what do they look like? I'm kind of curious. Well, they're all there at Wreaths Across America.
They're all natural, too.
Yes.
They're live wreaths, yeah.
Yeah,
we leave them up through the holiday season, and then, of course, once they dry out. And
there's
everything.
a whole art to that, making live wreaths with actual branches and things like that. And I'm sure every person that does it has a different technique to doing it. So, but yeah, it's kind of an art form that they do.
Yeah, I got the flags the other day. So
good deal.
For the, there's one for each branch of service. Army, Navy, Air Force, Marine, Space Force.
There's one for the Space Force?
Oh, yeah.
Coast Guard.
Nice.
Coast Guard, Merchant Marines. Anyway, they're all in there.
Good. Yeah, but please go. Again, it's roswelllegion.org. And then, right in the middle of the page, you'll see the link for the Wreaths Across America. I invite you to stick around and read some of the other stuff. You can read about some of our passion projects. You can read about scholarship opportunities, our scouting program, newsletters, just to see what we've been up to.
I'm a little behind on the newsletters, but most of them are there.
We've been busy collecting turkeys.
Yeah, I've been a little busy.
And, busy getting items to fill the newsletter with.
Yeah, unfortunately, we found that we're doing a lot of community work, and it's putting us behind on our web work.
Yeah.
Yes.
Well, I'm okay with that.
Yeah, well, we're serving our purpose.
Exactly.
We'll tell you about it later.
I mean, yeah, it's important to have our website good and things, but, at the end of the day, we're a service organization helping people and things, and that's priority always. And so
I know Pat just gave some candy and other stuff to
Yeah, she took some of the leftover Halloween candy and took it to definitely CASA, but there's also another high school teacher here in town who works with special needs children.
Oh, okay.
And I guess the candy is an excellent motivator for
yeah,
those
little
children.
treats and things. Yeah,
so.
absolutely. Like it. Good deal.
Sounds like
you sure?
Steak.
I think Pat's got a bit of a sweet tooth. Sure she didn't stash? No, I'm just kidding.
No, she said it. She's got a passion for kids.
I'm just kidding. I see her. She's got a sweet tooth. But we would love to have folks help out and join that. And of course, as always, we're always looking for folks to be a part of our family, our Post 61 family. If you are a veteran, served honorably, anytime pretty much after Pearl Harbor, you're eligible to be a member of
coming up in a week or so.
Yeah. December 7th is right around the corner. Yeah. And then, of course, our auxiliary, if you are a spouse of a veteran or wife or husband, does not matter. You can be a male or female in the auxiliary there.
You can also be the mother, the sister, grandmother. There's a whole lineage there.
Yeah. Well, it can't be brothers and stuff, right?
No,
the only males are a husband, in essence.
Yeah.
Gotcha. Very good. And then we have the sons, which if your father served, then you are, and you're a male, you're eligible to be in the Sons of the American Legion.
Right.
Father, grandfather,
yes,
great-grandfather.
Yeah, so that's kind of the male lineage side.
Male descendants.
Yeah. Unfortunately, we don't have a brother aspect, which is interesting to me. So we may have to talk to Congress about that one.
Maybe. I mean, shoot, Band of Brothers. I mean, these
unfortunately, it does
the
take
blood ones.
an act of Congress to change the American Legion.
Literally does. It was formed.
Literally.
American Legion was formed through Congress, which means we are subjects of Congress, which means our rules and our applications, everything. But also, when it comes to veterans issues and things, guess who gets the ear of Congress?
The lion's share.
Yes.
The American Legion.
We're one of the largest service organizations that can lobby Congress for our veterans.
Yes. We. I mean, don't get me wrong. All the veterans groups are great. They're all out here, but
they do a lot of
American
good work.
Legion, when it comes to lobbying for veterans issues and things, they're the tip of the spear there on that. So,
well, we created the VA, so we have a lot of say there.
Yeah, and then of course our lineage goes into Foreign Legion and all of so the history of how American Legion came to be. So, but anyway, we'd love to have folks come be a part.
Story.
And then, of course, Wreaths Across America, we would love to, and if you would love to volunteer to help out, on December 17th, we're going to meet at the Memory Lawn Cemetery, which is the one off 17th there. 19th, I'm sorry. Don't ask me for directions.
Out in the middle of nowhere.
Yes.
Yeah, you take 19th out to the end of the earth,
Go east
it's on the left.
Go east till you run into a cemetery.
Right.
Go an extra block.
Yeah. But that's where our gathering point. We'll tell times and details as we get close to that event. But December 17th, if you have time that day, that's a Saturday morning, I believe.
Oh, yeah.
And so we'd love to have you join us early that morning, and we'll get the wreaths distributed, and less hands make more more hands make less work. That's all I was trying to say.
I knew you'd get it out eventually. Yeah, I know that on the 17th, the stuff happening out at the major national cemeteries like Arlington and things are happening about noon. So we're probably going to do ours around 10 to kind of
coincide with their
Well, that's what all
event.
the paperwork says.
Yeah.
10
There you
o'clock
go.
we have the ceremony.
So noon everywhere. East Coast time is kind of the point or mark there.
Well, the Wreaths Across America, like you were saying, is a national organization, but it started with just a small business owner that wanted to honor some
Very
veterans.
grassroots.
And it was in Arlington that he got permission to do it first, so that's kind of where they started from.
Well, that is arguably the biggest, the most recognized veteran
think-
cemetery on the country. So.
Yeah, and they were. It's not just a winter holiday thing. They do it year round. So it's an organization that's about remembering our veterans, honoring them, and teaching the youth about the importance of what this country was built on and how we got there.
Absolutely.
So it's your donations for the wreaths are very important, but you may also want to consider a donation to Wreaths Across America for their work year round.
Sure, from their not just collecting money to put wreaths on graves and their
Now,
work
the
for
19th
veterans.
is the cutoff for this year, but anything beyond that, they will try to get on the truck. And if they can't, it goes into next year.
Okay,
The
so
29th,
if you do sponsor a wreath after the 29th, it'll get used, but maybe
A year
next
from now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So if you space on it, but for us locally here, we would love for you to help out. That way, we can get 300. Like you said, we're about a third of the way to the goal right now, and we got a little less than a week left here to get it done. And so we're doing our last minute push. Family gatherings are going to be everyone's getting together, kind of hoping maybe you can bring this up as a conversation during your time. And
So bug your family about supporting your veterans.
absolutely. Well, and Thanksgiving, when family gather, it starts story swapping and talking, and
Right.
then the veterans, remember Aunt so and so or Uncle so and so was there, and this and that, and then and so hopefully that those conversations sparks. Oh, I remember the Reese. We should honor.
Yeah,
and do
remember what
this.
I heard on the radio the other day? Yeah.
Well, one thing is
exactly
the Post does not actually benefit from the wreath purchases at all.
Yeah, we're not getting money or anything.
No,
It's all going directly to Wreaths
100%
Across
of it
America.
goes to Wreaths Across America.
We're just the
we just get
soldiers.
the wreaths.
Yeah, we're the grunt
wreaths-
work.
Yeah, and we just put them on the graves and we do the ceremonies. So
Yeah, last year we had 135, so we're really hoping to make 300 this year.
Yeah, that's it's achievable.
It is.
We got it. So, again, go to roswelllegion.org. Right in the middle of the page, you're going to see a poster for Wreaths Across America. Right below that, there says click here to support, sponsor, or something like that. You click the here button, and then it goes right to Wreaths Across America page. Right there at the top, you're going to see two red buttons and then some stuff underneath. The one on the left, the red button says sponsor a wreath. Click that, and then just click the options on the way through to.
Sounds like you've already done this.
I've got to do it, but I've familiarized myself with it. But yeah, I've got. By the way, I think I'm going to go with the 5-pack. That was the one there. It was like $75 for 5 wreaths or something like
Nice.
that. And but I think maybe not. But I thought it looked like if you bought more, I didn't do the math, but it looked like they kind of did bulk deals if you bought
I would imagine
more
that's
towards
probably
the
true.
end there. They can get them at a lower price or something like
Yeah.
that. So, but if you can do it, do it today, do it tomorrow. We got till the 29th, till next
Yep.
Tuesday.
Tuesday the 29th.
And you can do it more than once, too. Maybe you're talking and you order a wreath here today, and then you talk to another group. It's like, I can get 2 more wreaths or get whatever it is. And then again, on the 17th, we'd love to have you get your families, come as a family.
Dress warm, bring your gloves.
Civic organizations, or just you and you yourself. Come on out and join us. Yeah, it's December 17th.
It's going to be cold.
Odds are it's going to be cold unless it is southeast New Mexico. There's freak things that happen, but odds are bundle up and get ready for it.
Yep.
So, good deal. What else do we want to mention? Is there anything else that we want to get?
We forgot to tell them about where we actually donated all those turkeys to.
Oh, yeah. They're at my house.
No, we gave 6 of them to the Salvation Army.
Okay.
And we gave 6 to the Roswell Refuge.
Oh, okay.
There on the corner of College.
Yes, the domestic violence home. Yes.
Yeah. And then we gave I think it was
The Assurance Home.
4 to the Assurance Home.
Ah, another great organization.
Yes.
That place amazes me.
It is
It's
wonderful.
like it's literally an oasis within the city.
Yeah.
Like you walk in there and then if you're not, they help youth mentorship. Kids
Yes.
that are trouble things, they basically bring them to this environment and then work with them. But it's trees and nature, and they do like the rope courses, and they do lots of stuff to take the kids out of their comfort zone, but at the same time learning some of those skill sets and things, teamwork. And
yeah, when we were there, a group of them was actually learning to bake pies.
Yeah.
It was
But
pretty
it's
cool.
a beautiful place. I mean, it's like gardens, sitting in gardens in some spots. I mean, obviously this time of year it's not as pretty as the spring, but you know what I mean. It's still a beautiful little patch of grass or patch of, right there in the middle of our desert. And it's and they do great work, by the way. That's it's talking about not only beautiful, it's like the old cabins. It's kind of like a cabin, like going away to summer camp, but in town.
Yeah.
It's really nice. But they're a great
work
organization.
With teenagers, 13 to 18.
Yeah.
And they have a couple of houses kind of in the back for those that have graduated the program but still need a little bit of support.
Mm-hmm.
So they stay there as they're working and figuring out what their next step is going to
And
be.
I think they probably serve as a little bit of mentors to the younger, newer.
Yeah, they teach them life
kids.
skills and all kinds of things for those kids that can't be home.
So they're going to have a great Thanksgiving. So thank you guys. That's awesome. So yeah, it's a great facility. I don't know how more people don't know about the Assurance Home. It's a slice of heaven here in town. So, well, awesome. So we got those turkeys to those 3 organizations there. So good. And of course, since we're talking Roswell Refuge here, with the holidays and stuff, if they can use all the donations that you can, not just turkeys too. If bedding, sheets, big things for them are like toiletries, but they like the family size because they take all that with them when they get to a point where they can live back on their own again and stuff. Like they take their towels, their bed, everything. They kind of give them a bit of a starting point where then they'll let them go they'll let them go through the refuge thrift shop if they need like a crock pot or microwave, stuff, just things we need to live life,
Right.
They let them have kind of have a shopping spree through there. But anyway, they always in need of donations of like the big shampoo bottles and conditioner bottles, soaps, sheets, linens, bedding, towels, all that stuff. They can. So if you have extras or you want to do that, drop them off too. So I mean, turkeys and food. And another one is they can't. Like they can accept, like they can't accept like certain types of foods unless you give it. Like they're not allowed to go buy candy for them because that usually the funding from the money they get it doesn't allow to buy candy. They can buy hams or they can buy vegetables, but they can't buy cake or candy. They can buy the ingredients to make them.
Yeah,
so
I know that's true at the Roswell Refuge.
Yeah,
too.
so sometimes, but they can accept them as gifts. So if you come in there with a big bag of candy, they love that because even though they can't really buy it, but if you donate it that way, and then they can, and who doesn't love that stuff?
Right.
So
that's our plan for the Christmas holidays is to give out stockings to those.
And we probably want to thank the community here for showing up to the Veterans Day Parade.
We had a great turnout and a great ceremony. Only thing that wasn't great was the weather.
Well,
it was cold.
I can't help that. But what I've been told is this is the best turnout we've had in probably 10 years. Is what I've been.
I'm glad to hear that. I'm glad.
I was in the front, so
I was right there. Yeah, with you. It's kind of hard to gauge. I mean, you see a sea of people, but you can't really tell. How once it wraps around buildings and corners and how much it kind of.
There was a lot of people on the street too. As I went up the street, I could I had them on both sides, and there really wasn't a block that didn't have at least a couple of people on it.
Yeah,
which was good. And then. Of course, Felix dumped his motorcycle there in college. So.
Oh, I did miss that.
Yeah.
Is he okay?
Oh, yeah.
Good. I don't think he hurt anything but his pride.
Yeah. I can imagine. But a lot of money and time invested in that.
But after talking to Larry, he said that the vendors were real happy. They made money, especially on the coffee.
Yes, because it was so cold.
Because it was cold.
Wish we had a better outcome for I'm sorry, we was a week off. It was Roswell won that day. It was the next week that they lost.
Well, we had to be out of there by noon because of except
football
for the people that were tailgating, I guess. But
yeah, Well, that was the move. Is the food trucks probably stick around, say, hey, tailgate, hang out, and so good. Well, I'm glad. I thank you everyone that came out and braved the cold that morning. Thank you to all the volunteers, the scouts, and all of our Legionnaires.
Did a great job.
Everybody that did something on that day, and we
New Challenge really stepped up because we didn't have any traffic control people that morning. And we had to educate them like real fast on how to do
I remember, we were moving signs, and then one was like trying to, and someone's parking, they were mad at him. He's like, no, we're closed. This road's closed. And I remember seeing that, and someone would get a little ornery, but that got handled. So
and a big shout out to Mike Harrington and his team for helping
Sheriff's
us with
Department did amazing as always. They really are great supporters of what we do.
Yeah, and we donated turkeys to them too, so they could give them to the
families that they need, or whoever they
turkeys to Eastland.
I was like, that's not enough turkeys.
I'm missing some.
I'm missing some.
Good.
We
Sheriff's
gave them to the
Department
Sheriff's Department
to deem wherever they thought that they could be used best. So good deal. I love that. And then thank you. Oh, cool. Of course, thank you to our speakers and everything at the Veterans Parade too. All of them.
Sean
and
Nicholson did a good job.
And then in the committee, everyone that served on that Veterans Committee.
Light story.
The light. Oh yeah, that
2
was
a.m. dark of night on the ship. I had to shoot the 50 caliber.
Yeah, that's cool.
That's military, man. I mean, everyone's got one of those stories like, "What am I doing? Why am I doing this? I don't know, but someone told me to, so I'm doing it."
And then come to find out later, it was vital to the mission. Okay, cool.
Yeah, sure.
You can always tell it was a good story when you remember little bits and pieces of it.
Yeah, exactly.
Like I remember Jack Swickert's, last year, bits and pieces of that. So
well, and they both have amazing stories and things, and that's it's the neat to hear those when they're forthcoming and wanting to share some of those, the funnier side stories and things where things get a little cattywampus.
Yeah.
But reach out again, RoswellLegion.org, if you have any questions about Wreaths Across America or scholarships or just wanting to be part of our Legion family here. Just reach out there. And then, of course, we meet. Our next meeting will be, I guess, next Thursday.
Week from Thursday.
Yeah, not tomorrow.
Not Thanksgiving.
Yeah, but next Thursday.
Yeah, we do take Thanksgiving off.
December, whatever date that is. First. First?
Yeah, December 1st is actually going to be the Family 61 joint meeting where all of the branches, the Legion, the Sons, and the Auxiliary,
come meet us all in one room.
Meet together and plan out what we're doing for the next 3 months. We meet quarterly that way so that we can all stay connected and on the same page as to what we're doing.
Well, and you've said this several times on the radio here. Post 61 kind of is very much, yes, there's the three different entities, but they all move as one. They all work as one. They all share. I mean, the only difference is they have separate meetings in one room, but they're all together usually before and after. So.
Yeah, and we usually have people running between the rooms at the other meetings going, what you doing?
Yeah.
Oh, and this year we did some ceremonies this year, too. We went out to Mission Arch and did a
we did.
POW MIA ceremony for them, and we did one at First United Methodist. They asked us to do it during their veterans program. And we did one at the Republican Federated Women's.
Oh yeah, their monthly meeting.
Yeah, they did a luncheon for the veterans on their monthly meeting.
It was that nice. Wednesday after, right?
Yeah, it was very nice.
Yeah, it was nice, and they food was good too. I imagine
they always
have good food over at the convention center. Everything I've seen's been pretty tasty. So
yeah.
But again, Wreaths Across America, next Tuesday's our deadline to sponsor a wreath. Log on to RoswellLegion.org. Click on the Wreaths Across America link right in the center of the page there, and support us if you'd like, and we'd greatly appreciate that. So,
for sure.
A wreath's only $15. You can buy more. They're 2 for $30. You do the math, but and they've got the links all right there. So.
And if you've got questions on either Wreaths Across America or about anything else American Legion, you can call us at 575-268-0220.
Yeah.
And, of course, all of that's on the website as well.
Yeah. Oh, and we have a Facebook as well. Just
yes,
you always shoot a message on there.
I'm trying to keep it up to date.
Yeah. So you can always shoot us a message or invite you to like and follow it. But then, of course, if you have questions and everything, you can always shoot them through there, and we'll get back to you on that.
Yep.
So, good deal. Did we get it all?
I think so.
Yeah.
All right.
We're going to take off most of January.
Yeah.
Good deal. A little downtime.
Yeah.
Go.
Well, get ready for the next craziness.
Yes. Well, like the bears, we need to hibernate.
Yes. We'll probably be making bears. Yep.
Very good. Well,
I'm supposed to work out a deal with Roswell High. I'm going to be a guest speaker at one of their history classes.
Oh, cool.
In December. We'll probably do one in January, and then in works we're going to do 4 chaplains at Roswell High, I think, at the theater.
Okay.
We're still working out the details.
For next year, for our annual 4 chaplain ceremony?
Well, we'll do our own, but we'll also do one there on the Friday. Yeah.
Cool. Okay. So look for that around February time frame.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's usually when that
Got to
happens.
work out the details yet, but
Good deal.
That's the plan.
Awesome. That's a beautiful ceremony. It's we've talked about it on the show here. And as we get closer to it, we'll tell you more about it. But it's I think it's a story every American should hear at least once. So just my opinion. But I have lots of opinions. Not all agrees with them.
You have opinions? I never heard of that.
Yeah, they're like something else you have. Everyone's got one. They all stink. But
well, unless your name's Bob Ross.
There you go. And he does no wrong. Unless he's that lady either. Never mind. Well, guys, thank you very much for getting up early, joining us here.
Appreciate you having us.
Anytime. We'll see you next week for your normal next Wednesday for the normal visit here. And that will remind people about December 17th and then of course all the other stuff we got coming up here. So
for sure.
Yeah. Nobody's increased my number. It's still 104.
Well, get on there.
Yeah.
RoswellLegion.org.
I mean you. We need your help.
That's right. RoswellLegion.org. Go there right now.
You who are driving to work right now. Yeah. We need your help.
Get on your phone while you're driving.
No. Don't do it. Don't do it, Mike.
Maybe when you pull into the parking lot before you go into the office.
That's right.
There you go.
I kid, of course. Don't succumb to peer pressure.
No.
Thank you, guys. We'll see you next week, and happy Thanksgiving to you and everybody. Mike. All right, 7:50. Let's pause for the news and Kim Commando update, a little sports, and some commercials to pay for my turkey. We'll be back. Don't go away.
Now your Pecos Valley News Update. I'm Jared Cirillo. A local prosecutor stepping up an effort to keep an accused child rapist in jail until his trial. 38-year-old Juan Rodriguez of Roswell was arrested last week for allegedly paying a 12-year-old child to have sex with him. The girl told police that she had contacted Rodriguez after learning that he took part in this type of activity. The police report says the girl was paid $80 on one occasion and $150 on another. Something happened, however, to cause the girl to become upset, and she went to police. Eddy County leaders are working to get first responders to your doorstep quicker if you ever need them. The county now planning to use about $470,000 to upgrade its emergency alert system in hopes of creating a faster response time for emergency units. The money was left over from a previous upgrade to the radio communication system 2 years ago. You're up to date. I'm Jared Cirillo reporting.
The rumor flashed first across social media yesterday afternoon. Mark Zuckerberg was resigning as CEO of Meta, formerly Facebook. Meta's depressed stock price immediately rallied. There was just one tiny hitch. I'm Kim Commando, brought to you by CarShield. With a CarShield protection plan, surprise breakdowns won't break the bank. Save 10% at carshield.com/Kim. Meta's stock price has plunged more than 60% this year alone. The reason? CEO Mark Zuckerberg has all but abandoned managing and growing its core business, Facebook. Instead, he's focused all his energies on building the so-called metaverse, a project no one cares about, including Wall Street investors. That is, until Zuck's resignation. Meta stock immediately began ticking up, and then the news. Despite the fact that Zuckerberg's resignation rumor apparently originated with someone inside Facebook, the company says, it's just not true. At least, not yet. Try my new daily podcast for more tech news and tips. It's perfect for when you're on the go, called Kim Commando Today. Over the holidays, property crimes like burglaries and package thefts spike. That's why Simply Safe Home Security is offering you 50% off their award-winning security system, so more families can feel safe and secure this holiday season. In an emergency, professional monitoring agents use Fast Protect technology exclusively from Simply Safe, capturing critical evidence and verifying the threat is real. so you can get priority police response. And SimpliSafe provides whole home security with advanced sensors for every room, window, and door. All for under $1 a day, less than half the price of ADT. With their top-rated app, stay in complete control of your system. Arm or disarm, unlock for a guest, access your cameras, or adjust system settings. Don't miss your chance for massive savings on my favorite security system. Get 50% off any new system at simplysafekim.com. This is their biggest discount of the year. Visit simplysafekim.com. That's simplysafekim.com. There's no safe like SimpliSafe.
Meteorologist Steve Hamilton with your Pecos Valley weather. We'll get sunshine today. We do have cooler temperatures coming up with a cold front moving through the central Rockies, and that's headed our way. Mid-60s on the afternoon high today. Overnight, a few clouds, and we'll drop into the mid-30s. And then Thanksgiving Day looks pretty good with a mix of sunshine and clouds, but it will be quite a bit cooler and windy. Our afternoon high in the upper 40s. Rain possible Friday. I'm meteorologist Steve Hamilton, and that's your latest forecast.
Hey, New Mexico. Experiencing issues keeping your office technology up to date with these crazy supply chain issues? Well, DSI is here to help. We've diversified our products and solutions to help your business not just survive, but thrive in any situation. Have your teams collaborate and share with high-def video walls and interactive smart panels. With free unlimited support, the fear of any new technology is a thing of the past. Contact DSI today to upgrade your workspace. www.dsinm.com.
It's time for the Chavez County Sports Report. The Goddard Lady Rockets continue to play ball and basketball. Yeah, the season started for them a little bit before everybody else. At least they're making it worth their while. Goddard last night defeated Gadsden at home. Looked like a football score. 31-18 was the final, but Goddard is now 2-0 on the season and will next be in action against Clovis on Tuesday at 7. And we told you that's when the Goddard boys, the Roswell boys, and the Roswell girls, they're all going to start next Tuesday, but that's not all. We have also got on Tuesday Dexter playing at Loving, the season opener for the Demons, and Gateway Christian in a boys-girls doubleheader against Jowl. That starts at 6:30 with the girls game, the boys game after that, and the Dexter girls start on Tuesday against Lovington. The Sports Report brought to you by DSI. Call DSI for all your office technology needs. I'm Eric Butler at Roswell's Talk FM 106.5.
With the Wall Street Business Report, I'm Bill Alexander. Stocks on Wall Street closed broadly higher Tuesday as solid company earnings helped lift several retailers ahead of the Thanksgiving holiday. U.S. stocks rallied with the S&P 500 closing at its highest level in 2.5 months. American consumers in nearly every industry will be affected if freight trains grind to a halt next month. One of the biggest rail unions rejected its deal Monday, joining 3 others that have failed to approve contracts over concerns about demanding schedules and the lack of paid sick time. That raises the risk of a strike. The U.S. Supreme Court on Tuesday cleared the way for the handover of former President Donald Trump's tax returns to a congressional committee. After a 3-year legal fight, the court without comment rejected Trump's plea for an order that would have prevented the Treasury Department from giving 6 years of tax returns for Trump and some of his businesses to the Democratic-controlled House Ways and Means Committee. For the Wall Street Business Report, I'm Bill Alexander in Washington.
Martine's Capital Cafe in Roswell offers authentic and highly rated New Mexico food. Explore their amazing menu featuring huevos rancheros or asado with eggs or their green chili stew. And you can't forget their award-winning green chili cheeseburger, all made from scratch using their finest and freshest ingredients. Open for carryout with curbside delivery or limited dine-in. Just call ahead 624-2111. Martine's Capital Cafe, always pleasing the most refined palate. Open Monday through Saturday from 6 a.m. to 8:30 p.m. at 110 West 4th in Roswell.
Plateau Wireless delivers the speed you need. With low rates, no data caps, no hidden fees, and no throttling, now's the time to sign up. Go for the True 100 with super fast 100 megs upload and download speeds. Perfect for sharing, HD streaming, working and learning from home, and more. Or go for the True 500, delivering the power and speed you need for 4K streaming, gaming, downloading, and more. With plans starting at just $60 a month, it's never made more sense to switch. Visit in-store, visit plateautel.com, or call 877-752-8328. Plateau Wireless, a proud supporter of our veterans.
Here's a Mornings with Mike Winters fun fact. Slugs have 4 noses, but no fingers to pick them. Here's Mike Winters.
Jen's trying to figure that one out. Slugs have 4 noses, but no fingers to pick them.
It's one of life's true tragedies.
So I wonder, do you think a slug has a great sense of smell? Like, is there scent receptors in their nose?
Mm-hmm.
You know, do they need?
Or they're 4 really terrible noses that all add up to just like one okay nose.
Imagine he gets allergies.
Oh, man. Just all the different bottles of the Flonase.
So you think they use like salt to clear out their sinuses?
Oh, God, no. No. That clears everything out, it turns out.
Oh, yeah.
So I've run into this a couple of times in the last like 30 to 45 minutes, and I've never really thought about it in my entire adult life before. Is there a difference between yams and sweet potatoes?
Yes, allegedly, but most people don't delineate it.
Well, I Googled it, okay? And here's what the Googler
I think
told
it's a
me.
name thing. I think like if it comes from a certain area, it's a yam.
That sweet orange-colored root vegetable you love so dearly is actually a sweet potato. It says, yes, all so-called yams are in fact sweet potatoes. Most people think that long red-skinned sweet potatoes are yams. They are really just one of many varieties of sweet potatoes. So It's like, but several times I've run into these lists where it's like, well, do you like yams on your table, on your Thanksgiving table? What about sweet potatoes? This was 2 different topics. It's like, they're the same thing.
They kind of are. I think there is a subtle difference between a yam, a true yam.
Uh-huh.
Yeah,
Maybe.
and then I think over the years they've been.
It's always marshmallows on top,
and,
though, right? Marshmallows and just like copious amounts of butter.
I do love it, but there are a sect of people that want nothing to do with that.
I'm just, you know what? I'm surprised nobody, and if they haven't already, I'm surprised nobody's made the meme.
Yeah, I'm fine with it, but I know others that aren't. You know, I'm
can't stand sweet potatoes.
I love both of them.
That's why you have Thanksgiving.
I
no.
Okay, I put in a request for another hot button food yesterday, and that's ambrosia.
Yeah.
Where do you guys stand on ambrosia? See, a lot of people don't like it.
I
People
could
think
take it or leave.
It's funky.
I don't know what it is.
It's like fruit salad, but you put like nuts and marshmallows and stuff in it, and then it's
I
gelatin
don't
mix,
like that.
like with Jello mix. Usually, I think my
All right.
sister would use orange.
We got to go. You're listening to 106.5 Roswell's Talk FM, KEND Roswell. We'll be back.
Breaking news this hour at townhall.com. I'm Bob Agnew in Washington. Police say a shooting at a Walmart in Virginia left 7 people dead last night, including the gunman. They're still searching for a motive. They say the public is safe now, but the store is likely to remain closed for a few days due to the ongoing investigation. Police still searching for a suspect in the killing of 4 students in a home near the University of Idaho campus nearly 2 weeks ago. Stacey Chapin is a mother of one of the slain students, Ethan Chapin, and said in comments that aired on KOMO, she's grateful for all the kindness and support.
Your outreach and kind words are profoundly touching. Please know we now consider all of you friends.
Lack of information in the case has prompted some students to leave campus early for their fall break and some professors to cancel classes. Ukrainian authorities say a rocket strike on a maternity ward killed a newborn baby. Here's international correspondent Charles de la Desmond.
Ukrainian authorities say an overnight rocket attack has struck a hospital maternity ward in southern Ukraine, killing a newborn baby. The mother and doctor were pulled alive from the rubble. The region's governor says the rockets were Russian. The strike in the city of Vilnius adds to the gruesome toll suffered by hospitals and other medical facilities and their patients and staff in the Russian invasion entering its 10th month this week. They have been in the firing line from the outset, including a March 9 airstrike that destroyed a maternity hospital in the now occupied port city of Mariupol. I'm Charles de la Desma.
AAA spokesman Andrew Gross says if you're driving for the Thanksgiving holiday this year, this afternoon is going to be the busiest time on your trip.
Starting at about noon and then rolling into the evening. And it doesn't matter where you are, Atlanta, Boston, Houston, Seattle, you're going to run into traffic at those times.
AAA says travelers are setting aside their inflation concerns to travel this Thanksgiving. More from townhall.com.
Adam, what are you thankful for? Great question, Nick. My new son Henry, eating too much of Mom's pumpkin pie. I'm grateful that Legacy Box has been able to help millions of people safeguard their important recorded moments. And with our Black Friday event that starts now, more families can enjoy digitizing their home movies and pictures with an insane 65% off. Legacy Box is the best gift for you or a family member. It's what Better Homes and Gardens calls the most sentimental gift to make this holiday season special, and what Reader's Digest called a genius product. That's because Legacy Box is simple and safe, and we digitize everything by hand. You'll get your originals back, plus digital copies technologies that protect your treasured tapes, film reels, and photos from floods, mold, even the decay of time. So while the stuffing is in the oven, make sure to visit Legacy Box and shop our Black Friday event to take an unreal 65% off. With limited quantities ready to ship, this deal will go fast. Black Friday starts now at legacybox.com/lbox. That's legacybox.com to take 65% off. legacybox.com/lbox.
Cartoonists are celebrating one of their own.
Cartoonists across the nation are celebrating the 100th birthday of Peanuts creator Charles M. Schulz as only they can with cartoons. The list of participating strips ranges from BC, Dennis the Menace, and Rhymes with Orange to Zippy the Pinhead and Zitz. Each artist was encouraged to come up with their own way to honor Schulz, who is known as Sparky. It was dreamed up by cartoonist Patrick McDonnell, who creates the daily strip Mutts. Keith Peters reporting.
Republican Senator Tom Cotton says his party should focus on key priorities like a strong national defense.
We need to increase defense spending substantially. We also need to refocus our military, getting them back to the blocking and tackling of warfighting, being ready to fight tonight, not worrying about which pronouns our drill sergeants are using.
Senator Cotton was interviewed this week by the Salem Radio Network. Breaking news and analysis at townhall.com. The U.S. Supreme Court will allow Congress to get former President Trump's tax returns.
The Supreme Court on Tuesday cleared the way for the handover of former President Donald Trump's tax returns to a congressional committee after a 3-year legal battle. The court, without comment, rejected Trump's plea for an order that would have prevented the Treasury Department from giving 6 years of tax returns for Trump and some of his businesses to the Democratic-controlled House Ways and Means Committee. In the dispute over his tax returns, the Treasury Department had refused to provide the records during Trump's presidency, but the Biden administration said federal law is clear that the committee has the right to examine any taxpayer return, including the president's. I'm Bill Alexander in Washington.
On Wall Street in early trading, the Dow is up by 88 points right now. The high-tech NASDAQ faring well also. Right now it's up by 81.5 points, and the S&P 500 already showing a gain. It's up by about 17. You'll find more on these stories at townhall.com. From Washington, I'm Bob Agnew.
What in the wide, wide world of sports is going on here?
I promise you, whatever scum did this, not one man in this force will rest for 1 minute until he's behind bars. Now let's grab a bite to eat. Yeah, come on.
I feel the hot wind on my shoulder and the touch of a world that is older. I hit the switch and check the number. I leave it on and then I slumber. I hear the rhythm ringing through it. So they go guitar and cumbia music. I hear the talking of the DJ. The demolition, what does he say? I'm on a Mexican radio. I'm on a Mexican radio.
Broadcasting live from high atop the J.P. White Building in downtown Roswell, New Mexico. It's Mornings with Mike Winters on 106.5 Roswell's Talk FM.
Is that what I sound like when I talk?
Now, here's your host, Mike Winters.
And good morning. It is 6 minutes after 8 o'clock. Welcome to hour number 2.
The Deuce.
Mornings with Mike Winters right here on 106.5 Roswell's Talk FM. Happy Thanksgiving Eve. The busiest travel day of the year. Welcome to it.
Hey, we need to give a salute, a shout out, and a round of applause to the unsung heroes of the Thanksgiving season. The people who are already in the kitchen preparing one meal. It's insane the amount of preparation we put and pressure we put on ourselves for one meal.
Yep, we do, but I love it.
Oh, it's an amazing meal.
It is.
And there's a reason it keeps coming back, because it's got all the best things in it. But 20 minutes after that meal, you're pretty much done with anything to do with that meal or anything on that table for a good solid 6 hours.
Yes and no.
The other thing that drives me nuts, and this is from the perspective of somebody who's never been in like the kitchen having to prepare it, I hate waiting. The smells. I mean, when you're in the house when you're in a house where Thanksgiving is being prepared, they're just being smacked about the face with a barrage of amazing smells.
Well, that's why you have your little tray of pickles and deviled eggs.
Sure,
and things
you should. But traditionally, in the family that I would celebrate Thanksgiving with most years, it was you will wait.
So let me ask,
until the dinner.
When's your meal time for you guys for Thanksgiving? Is it a lunch or is it more of a dinner?
We in my Oklahoma family, we tend to eat mid-afternoon. Actually, the last few that I've been to, my grandpa was there, and so it was like 1. Yeah, which is like his normal dinner time. I exaggerate, but it was like 1 to 2. Usually, though, it's between 3 and 4 o'clock, give or take. And then we do
it at 1300, 1 o'clock.
1 o'clock, and then we have our pie round at like 5.
And that's the big meal. And then usually maybe 2 hours later we start digging into pie. Then about 5 o'clock it's round 2.
There's always that weird moment at Thanksgiving dinner where you're done eating, like you've already done all the damage you can to the plate itself, and then there's not like a line of demarcation for when Thanksgiving dinner ends. People just like wander to different quadrants of the house and start doing stuff, watching football, taking a nap, playing.
When it officially ends is when someone decides to wrap it up and throw it put it away.
That's the unofficial end of Thanksgiving. Well, about time to be hitting the old dusty trail.
Yeah. So, but yeah, we always, and this was like growing up as a kid, my mom, we always did it as a dinner, like 4 or 5, whatever, dinner time.
Right.
And then when I got married and everything else, the tradition was always a lunchtime meal, 12:30, 1 o'clock. And so now I've been told 1 p.m. is the official
That's the Family
start
Guy.
time.
The Family Guy joke is she puts the turkey on the table and she goes, dinner, because 2 p.m. is dinner time on Thanksgiving, apparently.
Well, and I'm thankful for it.
Oh, absolutely.
Because
that's the reason
you're still awake for at least some of the digestive process.
The reason we have it so early is because traditionally, at least in my house, we're not supposed to eat anything beforehand, so we're all ready to rip each other apart by the time the meal is served.
Breakfast is kind of slept on Thanksgiving
and
Day.
I would argue
some do traditional breakfast, but many does. We're busy cooking other things. We ain't got time for breakfast.
Right. I would argue that's probably why Thanksgiving is not savored. You ever know, like, because
you got to wait?
Yeah, when you sit down to Thanksgiving dinner, you're just like, I'm going to stuff all this into this.
Yeah.
As fast as I can. You turn into Garfield when he's eating lasagna.
I think that's part of it. We're afraid we're going to miss out, so we literally just low down for bear. And
it's famishism. Yeah. I'm like, I feel like I'm going to die. I can feel my ribs.
And then you get about a third of the way into it, and you're like, maybe I got too much.
I think maybe I went too far. My blood is thickening.
Yeah. So, but well, good. Well, slight change in our programming lineup this hour. We're going to talk with the folks from Big Brothers Big Sisters.
Yes, sir.
We're actually going to have Bobby Garcia and Mia Vegas joining us here as a little. She's our little.
That's awesome.
So they'll join us here in just a bit. We'll talk what their Thanksgiving plans are.
Talk turkey.
Talk turkey.
That's right.
Talk boys and girls or
Big Brothers Big Sisters.
I'm screwing up everything today. I don't know if it's like a Monday in my head.
It's turkey brain.
I was trying to say things last hour that just weren't coming out right. It was just...
My brain is half working. I've spent this whole day thinking, what am I forgetting? Like I'm half doing everything because I'm in the back of my head trying to go through a checklist of stuff. Because it always happens inevitably. I'll be in like Amarillo and realize I left my debit card and have to have like somebody mail it to me while I'm there. But I think I'm good.
All right.
I'm pretty sure I'm good.
You need a checklist.
I do. I'm going to go make one up.
Checklist.
I'm going to make one up. You should run the web.
All right. It is 11 minutes after 8. Let's go ahead and get you up to date on the weather.
I'm meteorologist Steve Hamilton with your Pecos Valley weather. We'll get sunshine today. We do have cooler temperatures coming up with a cold front moving through the central Rockies, and that's headed our way. Mid-60s on the afternoon high today. Overnight, a few clouds, and we'll drop into the mid-30s. And then Thanksgiving Day looks pretty good with a mix of sunshine and clouds, but it will be quite a bit cooler and windy. Our afternoon high in the upper 40s, rain possible Friday. I'm meteorologist Steve Hamilton, and that's your latest forecast.
December 17th is National Wreaths Across America Day. On this day, wreaths are placed on the graves of fallen veterans around the country. Locally, American Legion Post 61 has a goal of placing 300 wreaths on the graves of veterans in Roswell, with special attention paid to veterans at Memory Lawn Memorial Park. Please help American Legion Post 61 by sponsoring a wreath this holiday season. Cost is only $15 per wreath, but the important thing you need to know is to get your sponsorship in by November 29th. Log on to roswelllegion.org to sponsor a wreath today. Thank you for helping support our mission. For over 40 years, Sierra Blanca Motors here in Roswell have been providing locals with quality vehicles and are committed to providing you quality vehicles and service for many years to come. No sales gimmicks, no inflated pricing, just a quality pre-owned vehicle listed at retail pricing or less. Have a used vehicle to sell? Get top trade-in value or an amazing cash offer today. Let Danny or Jose provide you a great car buying experience. Call 575-622-7907 or stop by Sierra Blanca Motors at 720 South Main Street in Roswell. Se habla español.
Hey, if you signed up for health insurance, then you know how great it is to be able to see a doctor, get medications, and know that your health is completely covered. Well, now's the time to re-enroll, switch coverage, or even switch insurance carriers if you'd like, because now health insurance is more affordable than ever. Be sure you're receiving the level of coverage and savings you deserve. Visit BeWellNM.com today to re-enroll and to see how much more you can save.
Here's a Mornings with Mike Winters fun fact. Sigmund Freud once believed that cocaine could be used to help treat a morphine addiction. Mike used bacon to get over his addiction to beef. Here's Mike Winters.
And good morning. It is 14 minutes after 8 o'clock. And joining us in studio this morning for Big Brothers Big Sisters, Bobby Garcia is with us.
Hello.
And we also have one of our littles, Mia Villegas, as well. Good morning, Mia. How are you today?
Good.
Good. Can we move that mic just a little closer to her mouth there? That way we can hear her a little bit better. There we go. Perfect. And how old are you, Mia?
5 years old.
You're 5 years old. And
I'm in kindergarten.
And in kindergarten, and where do you go to school at?
Valley View Viking.
You're a Valley View Viking. Very cool. So you're what we call a little, right? And so right. Now is she going to be in the school based, or does she have a
she's in a site program at the school base.
Oh, very good. So she has a high school little or big.
Yes. So we recently got paired up with Roswell High.
Okay.
And after Thanksgiving break, we're going to start looking for high school bigs.
Oh, okay. Wait, this is something that was going pretty strong pre-COVID. Right. And then once COVID hit and schools got locked down, this program had to end. But now we're starting to start it back up, which is in essence kind of like an after-school program side of it, where the students from Roswell High will partner with some elementary schools, Valley View here on this particular one. Right. And then some of these kids, it's like twice a week, I think, or I don't remember.
So we have the kids coming out once a week, and it's going to be during school. So at Roswell High, they have their schedule set up to on Wednesdays during advisory. They're going to be able to come out from their advisory class to the elementary schools.
Gotcha. So it's during the day. It's not after school. Gotcha. So and then it's just like the traditional Big Brothers Big Sisters program where the high school student sits and works with the younger student from the elementary school, right, and maybe work on homework or just talk about kid stuff or whatever.
Right. So my job would be to pair up with the teachers and the high school bigs.
Okay.
And we kind of like coordinate with them and see like what the kids need more help with, whether it's like social skills, homework, sight words, stuff like that.
Good deal. So now have you met your big yet, or will you be meeting your big soon?
We haven't signed up no Roswell High kids. So we did a presentation at Roswell High, and then after Thanksgiving break is when we're going to start going to the high school to start signing kids up.
Oh, cool! So you excited to be a part of this? What are you looking forward most to meeting your big? What do you want to do with your big when you meet them? You don't know? Is there any questions you want to ask them? Anything you want to? Do you know? What would you like to ask your big? Do you know?
I want to go to the movie theaters.
Ah, okay. Well, hopefully you'll get a bunch of stuff like that you guys like together, like maybe some same movies or same type of food or.
So I was talking to Mia before the ride over here, and she said that she wanted someone to talk to about her day.
Oh, so that's a good one.
That was like one thing that she wanted to talk to somebody about. Was like something about her day.
Yeah, tell everybody what you've been doing or what you've had to do today. So what have you done today so far?
So first I got dressed up. So first I got
got ready for today. Got your clothes on, got everybody brush your teeth.
Yeah.
Oh, all right.
So first I brushed my teeth, and then I ate some breakfast, and then I got all dressed up, and then my shoes on.
Okay. What'd you have for breakfast?
I don't really remember because I don't know what we had for breakfast, so that's why I don't. So I don't.
It's called toaster strudel.
Okay. Those are good. What flavor?
Strawberry.
Strawberry.
I love strawberry. And Bobby loves strawberry.
Oh, my wife's favorite is apple. She likes the apple. And sometimes it's hard to find. And we have to go and we see apple and strawberry and blueberry, but no apple. So we have to sometimes hunt for the apple strudels. So they're pretty good. If you try one, if you ever get one. So good. So what are you going to do tomorrow for Thanksgiving?
So first, my mom's going to make Bobby make us the food.
Oh, yeah.
Like he did the next Thanksgiving.
Oh, so he's on food.
Right,
are you just going to watch the parade? You like watching the Thanksgiving parade?
Yeah, my mom always puts it on our TV.
Yeah.
It's in our room. So when we make the first big old mess, we all had to clean it up.
Yeah, that's a good thing. Otherwise, you get in trouble, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, you don't want that to
If
happen.
we don't enjoy it, then all of us are going to get looped with the belt or a pink.
Nice. So now is Valley, or is that going to be the first school, or how many other elementary schools are we looking to kind of expand this to at some point?
Hopefully all of Roswell.
Yeah.
So that's my big dream is all of Roswell.
Sure.
But Valley View, I guess I know more people there, so
It's a good place to start.
Yeah, that was a good place to start.
And then obviously, our other schools and stuff, if you're interested, reach out to Big Brothers Big Sisters,
Right.
and we can see if we can start the process of coordinating and getting the logistics set up to like you said, hopefully every elementary school in Roswell, in the county, is...
I guess it really depends on Roswell. I guess Roswell High, because we need more volunteers. So the more the more older volunteers that we have, is the more kids we could serve.
So parents, talk to your high school students. And see if they're interested in becoming a mentor through the Big Brothers Big Sisters program.
Right. So it's great. It looks great on resumes. We write recommendations to colleges.
Not to mention the high school students, just from past, how it was. They kind of get treated like rock stars. Like I know, like when the NMMI kids would do it. This is pre-COVID. They kind of come in, especially in uniform. And like the little kids would be like, whoa, and they want to ask questions and talk to them about their uniform and all that stuff. So trust me, your teenage kids will kind of feel like rock stars when these little kids come in and they kind of want to meet them and talk to them and ask about them and look up to them because it's a great. So trust me, your older high school student will get a kick out of it as well. I think they will, like you were saying, they will probably take as much, if not more, out of it. The experience than the little will here. So.
Right. See, because I know I was doing an interview with one of the little kids there at Valley View, and I was like, oh, like, what do you want to be when you grow up? And he was like, I want to be like number 44 at the Coyotes. And I was like, and my cousin plays for the team, and I'm like, I don't know who number 44 is. I'm trying to think who he is. So whoever number 44 is, there's a little kid that wants to be exactly like he is.
You got a fan out there.
Yeah. So that was cool just to think about that, because I never even thought about that when I was in high school. Just being older and little kids looking up to me, I guess.
Sure. Yeah. You're just by default. Sometimes you're a role model there, and we don't realize it. So we realize it sometimes.
Yeah.
So please talk to families, talk to your high school students, and see if this is something to be interested in, and then. Talk to your high school counselors and things and seeing, hey, is this something we can do? I'd like to, especially if you're Roswell High, they're looking for volunteers right now. Right. I imagine Goddard and of course, Gateway, whatever, all of our other NIMI, whatever, we can, I'm sure all of them could want to get involved. We can make that happen too. So.
Right. Yeah. We'll be servicing all of Roswell soon. It was just trying to start in one little specific area and expand.
Sure. Now, of course, don't forget the traditional program of Big Brothers Big Sisters is also happening, which is more like what people know know them for is they meet on average once a week to hang out in a social setting, whether it's taking just getting together, where it's taking them to the movies or just having lunch together or going to the library or park or something, and just spending time with the child. And that's
One time I used to spend time with my cousins.
Yeah?
At the library. We made gingerbread men. We went to go find a book. And we did all other fun activities together.
Yeah, so
That's cool.
Her older brother is in the community-based program.
Gotcha.
So that's called the community-based program.
Okay.
And her older brother is in the community-based program.
Okay.
Yeah, so
Now, have you met your brother's big?
Yeah, he's been to the baseball games.
Okay.
She's met him.
Yeah, nice guy? You like him? No.
he always does the
It's because he's your brother's big. When you get your own big, then you can,
She
do
gets
your
jealous because he'd rather hang out with him than her.
I'm sorry. Well, it's kind of his job. He's supposed to hang out with your brother.
But we're definitely looking for more adult volunteers for sure.
Always looking
doesn't
for.
want to hang out with his big old brother. He's been hanging out with his big old brother.
Well, when you get a little older, you can get one too and show it off and then compare. Yeah.
And just want his big old sister.
Yeah.
Not brother.
Well, yeah, we'll get you a sister. Yeah, I'll get you a big sister, and then you can go and. What would you do with your big sister? What would be the first thing you want to do with her?
Go to the movies and have lunch with her.
Oh, okay. What's your favorite food to eat for lunch?
Peter Piper's.
Peter Piper pizza. What do you put on your pizza? Pepperoni? Just cheese? What do you like on there?
Pineapple.
Pineapple? Good for you. That's a different. Usually children your age just want a pepperoni or cheese. That's about it. You like pineapple?
She picks the pepperoni off. She drives me crazy. But it's more pepperoni for me, so that's fine.
This is true. More meat. Yeah. What about, do you like to put ham with your pineapple? Try it. It's a good mix.
Okay.
Ham and
One
pineapple.
time my mom and Bobby used to take me to this place that had a game, that had an arcade where there was a lot of games.
Yeah?
Yeah, and there was this pizza that had ham and there was something else on there.
Yeah? Did you like it?
Yeah.
Oh, good.
I had to eat it all because they said I had to.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, you probably liked it once
I did like it.
See?
It's so good.
Sometimes they know best. They know what you're going to like, even if you haven't tried it.
I got the because I loved it.
You see? It was so good you had 2 pieces. Yeah, see? So, volunteering here for the community-based program, if we were looking for adults, and here's the part I like about it. You guys are very flexible with, the big little combo there, obviously, but you could do it as a couple. I mean, that's something that,
right. That is
families...
an option. That is an option. Like if we have like a married couple that want to see what it's like to
kind of get your feet wet a little bit.
Yeah, give it a little trial and run.
Yeah, exactly. So there's different ways to do that. So if you want to do it as together as a couple or things, but all you need to do is and the best thing is, go to the website, which I'll give you the web address here. Kind of do your research, read about the different stories and the different, what Big Brothers Big Sisters do.
So when my first, we have pugs, and one's named Pickles, and Pickles is pregnant.
So you're gonna have more pugs, probably, huh?
So we have Sounces as a pug. And we have a little doggy named Alice. She's mean.
Wow.
And
you're going to need more pizza to feed all them dogs.
She's going to bite your fingers.
Well, you just teach them to be nice. And that way to help them be nice.
Pickles is going to be pregnant, and we're going to have a wedding.
Oh, you're going to have a wedding? Well, after the has more puppies? After she has more puppies?
Yeah.
Okay.
So I'm gonna be the one that's gonna say this pug and this pug get married together.
She's gonna be the officiator.
Oh, you're gonna officiate the wedding and make sure that the wedding happens right. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Good deal. Well, that'll be good. So anyway, sorry. But for the community based, once you've done do your research, reach out to Big Brothers Big Sisters. They can start the process now. It is because
or even if you have more questions, I'm more than willing. I'll go meet you any part of town.
Sure, and talk
lunch
or
break,
whatever.
Your work, after work, anything like that, I'll go meet you. We can talk about it, and I can just give you more stories,
and
examples.
there's a process. You just don't say, hey, I'm going to do it, and then tomorrow a little shows up on your door.
Who's going to come to our wedding, to our pug's wedding?
Well, we'll get some invites out. Invite them out.
We don't know. We're not done making the stage yet. But they're going to get married together. And I don't know how we're going to make them stay on the stage and not run away, because we have a Tolini, and his name is Turbo. He's a fast one. Silence is the one that runs away. Turbo will run away. One time we got Olive, and we have another pug that's named Bob's the Burgers.
Wow, you got a lot of dogs, huh?
I only have just 5 pugs.
5. That's not a lot of dogs. You got to take care of them.
I just have one too.
You're about to get more, right? Because one's pregnant, so now you're going to have more dogs. Wow.
And my mom says she's okay with 1 or 5 or 4.
Okay.
I don't know if she's going to be okay with 10.
I don't know. We'll find out, huh?
Because I saw some episodes, like they've been saving animals.
Yeah?
Yeah, and they've been taking care of them. Like, they found this last dog, and he had a lot of babies.
Wow. Well, good. So you're going to take care of these puppies? You're going to help?
So the mom was first scared of the cobra, but the capsule that was going to save the little puppies, and the mom first took the puppies.
Well, cool. Now I forgot what I was talking about. But what I was saying is when you do go through the process, you don't get a little overnight. There's, obviously the background checks and all that, but then there is an extensive pairing process. And so you're going to answer a lot of questions about your personality, what you're into and all that.
Right.
And that's so you guys can make a good match. So you can find littles that you'll have common ground, common interest.
Right, yeah, because we just don't pair you with the next kid on the list.
Exactly.
Yeah, we try to match you up with someone who we think that would be ideal for you.
Absolutely.
So we want you to make sure like y'all are the same common interests, y'all have similar thoughts and stuff like that.
So like Mia's big. She's gonna have to like pugs and pizza,
and she's very talkative. So
and likes to listen.
Yeah.
I be bad at school every day.
Well, you can do good. I bet you could. You're a smart girl. You can do good.
One time, Bobby used to come to my school and said for me to stop sleeping.
Yeah.
In the class.
Well,
I always sleep in the classroom.
Yeah, you shouldn't sleep in the class. You sleep in your bed at home. That's when you sleep.
I know.
Of course, if folks are interested in either are school-based here for your high school or littles here for Roswell High right now is what we're looking for.
Yeah.
You can go to the website. The web address, it's all Big Brothers Big Sisters of Southeastern Mexico. It's the initials. So www.bbbssenm.org, which if you probably won't remember that if you do it. So just remember you can Google Big Brothers Big Sisters, Chavez County, Roswell, Southeast New Mexico. Any of those will get you directly to the website there too.
Right. Yeah. If you just type in Big Brothers New Mexico or Big Brothers Big Sisters Roswell, it'll just pop up. That'll be the first thing that pops up. Right there, it'll give you information, and there's a link to the volunteers section. You can fill out like a little volunteer info.
Okay.
And then I'll be emailing you or sending you a call with the application.
Yeah,
as soon as you send that out.
And then, like you said, call and ask, talk to Bobby, talk to any of the staff there, and say, hey, I want to learn more about that. They'd be happy to sit down and talk with you about it.
So here are the things I'm gonna do with my big sister.
What's that?
I'm gonna buy her to my party, like when it's my birthday. So I'm gonna buy her there, and I'm also gonna want to go to the aquarium.
Oh, okay.
And Mia makes a good point. There's a lot of kids that just want to spend time with somebody.
Sure, just go hang out.
Just hang out, and
that's something like when we every month we talk about it. You don't have to plan these grandiose events to kind of entertain your little. People think, oh, I'm a big now. I got to plan this trip to the Grand Canyon. I got to plan this big adventure. It's like no. Sometimes it's just to go to lunch together, or go see a movie, or go hang out in the park, or sometimes it's just, hey, you want to come over? We're gonna maybe sometimes you're running errands for the day. It's like, hey, I got to go to the store and get some things. You want to come with me? And then afterwards, we'll go grab some lunch or something.
Yeah. So I know Darren Artesia, I have a lady and her little, and every Thursday they go walking for 2 miles so they don't feel guilty because they go home and bake cookies.
Nice.
So that's exactly what they say. They're all, we don't want to feel guilty about eating all these cookies. And they eat like 2 dozen cookies by themselves.
Nice.
So they walk 2 miles first, and whenever they get done walking their 2 miles, they go home, bake some cookies.
And that's probably smart because you're not going to want to walk the 2 miles after you eat 2 dozen cookies. You're pretty comatose.
I'm going to just walk with my big sister for like just 5 minutes and then just go home and just make some cookies and give it to the homeless people.
Oh, that's nice.
Here is homeless here in Roswell.
That's very nice of you doing that. I think they'd appreciate that.
With my big sister.
Well, I think when you meet her, and that'll be something you can plan together.
We will find and we will help people go, and we will help people to go watch shows all day, and we will help, and so we could get the kind of money to pay off houses for the homeless people.
Wow, that's very nice.
She likes to go to yard sales, and her mom likes to sell stuff that they find. Yeah. So they always buy stuff.
So you like rooting through and shopping and things for all that stuff, huh? And that's very nice. You're going to give it to other people that need it. That's very nice.
Yeah, to homeless people that don't have a house.
Yeah.
Or that doesn't have food.
Yeah.
Or that have the kids.
You want to help them.
To kids.
Well, that's very nice.
And I'm going to find them a job.
Wow, you got a lot to do.
Yeah.
You're going to be busy. You're going to need more than a weekend to hang out.
People to live a good life because I really care about the homeless people.
Oh, that's so nice.
And I'm going to literally find them a house and a job so they could get a car and earn some money so they could find a better life.
Yeah.
And their kids too.
Well, I think that's very nice. You're a very good person.
That's why.
You're a very good person.
Because she sounds like she has a busy schedule.
Yeah. I ain't gonna lie, you're gonna be tired after all that. There's a lot of work to do, right?
Yeah, because I know at least with our scheduling, it's pretty flexible. So we always ask for 4 hours a month.
Mm-hmm.
So that's typically like an hour a week.
Yeah, it's very minimal. It doesn't, but again, there isn't like a clock you got to punch in. If I only did 57 minutes this week, I got to do 63 next. No, it's
so if we can't find any homeless people, then we're gonna have to get. So they're gonna have to go back home, bring a table, and sell cookies and a drink, and a drink and a pillow for the homeless people.
Oh, okay. She's got a plan, man.
Yeah.
She got it all planned out.
I'm going to drop her off at the Roswell Homeless Coalition so you can start helping out over there.
I was about to say, you got a ready worker.
You better not, Bobby, or I'm going to tell my dad to pick me up because I have a phone.
Well, you're going to, this way you can help all the people you're talking about. So you can get it started now. You don't have to wait for your big, and then when your big's there, you can just keep going with it. So, real quick, before we go here, if anybody has questions, anything else, give out the phone number too. I know it's BBBS, so it's like 2227, but I don't remember the first part.
I like this thing.
You like that? Which one are you playing with? I can't see over the board
right
here. Pull it out. Is it? Oh, wait a minute. Is it something you're touching? Before I say that. Oh yeah. Oh, the claw thing. You can play with that. Yeah, that's fine.
Thank you.
Yeah. I was making sure you weren't pulling out a wire there or anything, but yeah.
So it's 575-627-2227, and that's the office number.
Yeah, I knew it was the 2227. I couldn't remember the rest of it there.
Yeah.
So
this is a crab pen.
It is. It's a crab claw pen.
I like it.
It's pretty cool, huh? Well, it's not mine. I'd give it to you. You'd have to ask the other man in the other room. It's his. He owns it. So, but I can't give it to you. But he could ask him. So, but yeah. Please call if you have any questions. Leave a voicemail. I know we're the holidays here, so I don't think there's going to be someone camping out the office much. Probably today, tomorrow, and things like that. So, but and then of course go to the website and then talk to other bigs too, if you know. And that's something.
Yeah, if you could think of some if you don't think you're the right fit, and if you know someone that is. we'll take your recommendations.
Yeah, absolutely.
That would be a big help to us. Because like I said before, we have kids on the waiting list,
Mhm.
and I want to get these kids off. They've been on the waiting list too
Look what
long.
I grabbed from this.
And that's the thing, is pretty cool, huh?
I grabbed this from this.
With the ring, with the thing? Cool. Yeah, that's the thing is we have some littles that have been waiting a year plus for bigs, and they don't understand the process and things, and so it gets a little disheartening for them, and then you guys have to kind of explain, no, we're trying to get more volunteers, and we're trying to do your thing,
Right.
and so, but they don't understand all what's going on there. So if you have it in your heart to be a big, please, over this holiday here, reach out, do your research, and let's start the process. And who knows, maybe this time in a couple months, you're having your first outing and your first adventure with your little here. So
right,
good deal. Anybody want to say hi to Mia before you go and do your next thing here? Any parents or friends you want to say hi to?
I want to say hi to friends.
Okay. Who's friends? What friends do you want to say? Any names you want to say? Any friends at school, or you got a boyfriend?
I do got a boyfriend.
All right. You want to say hi to your boyfriend?
I don't really know where he lives.
Oh.
Because I'm at a different school, and he is a different school.
Oh. So how did you meet him?
So he lives where my dad lives in Arizona. So my dad always just takes me there when they want to go there.
So he used to live nearby, and now they moved.
Yeah, he still lives near my dad.
Okay. Well, good.
He used to live next to my grandma.
Oh, okay. So you're sweet on this person, your boyfriend. Good deal. Well, happy Thanksgiving, Mia.
You too.
And you're gonna eat some more turkey tomorrow. All right. Well, good deal. Well, it's nice to meet
I
you.
want to say happy Thanksgiving to grown-ups.
To everybody, right?
Yeah.
So happy Thanksgiving to everybody.
Okay.
Bobby, thank you very much for
I
spending
appreciate
some
it.
time, and we'll see you guys next month, okay?
All right, sounds good. Thank you.
And happy Thanksgiving to you and all of your family, too. And don't eat too much turkey, okay? Don't get sick. Just eat enough to fall asleep. Thank you, guys. Happy Thanksgiving. It is 8:40. Let's go ahead and pause for local news and weather, Wall Street business update as well, and a quick commercial break. Don't go away.
Now your Pecos Valley News Update. I'm Jared Cirillo. A local prosecutor stepping up an effort to keep an accused child rapist in jail until his trial. 38-year-old Juan Rodriguez of Roswell was arrested last week for allegedly paying a 12-year-old child to have sex with him. The girl told police that she had contacted Rodriguez after learning that he took part in this type of activity. The police report says the girl was paid $80 on one occasion and $150 on another. Something happened, however, to cause the girl to become upset, and she went to police. Eddy County leaders are working to get first responders to your doorstep quicker if you ever need them. The county now planning to use about $470,000 to upgrade its emergency alert system in hopes of creating a faster response time for emergency units. The money was left over from a previous upgrade to the radio communication system 2 years ago. You're up to date. I'm Jared Cirillo reporting.
Here's a Mornings with Mike Winters fun fact. The Goodyear Rubber Company researched and concluded that shoes wear out faster on the right foot than on the left. To fix this, just walk backwards for half the day. Here's Mike Winters.
I'm meteorologist Steve Hamilton with your Pecos Valley weather. We'll get sunshine today. We do have cooler temperatures coming up with a cold front moving through the central Rockies, and that's headed our way. Mid-60s on the afternoon high today. Overnight, a few clouds, and we'll drop into the mid-30s. And then Thanksgiving Day looks pretty good with a mix of sunshine and clouds, but it will be quite a bit cooler and windy. Our afternoon high in the upper 40s, rain possible Friday. I'm meteorologist Steve Hamilton, and that's your latest forecast.
With the Wall Street Business Report, I'm Bill Alexander. Stocks on Wall Street closed broadly higher Tuesday as solid company earnings helped lift several retailers ahead of the Thanksgiving holiday. U.S. stocks rallied with the S&P 500 closing at its highest level in 2.5 months. American consumers in nearly every industry will be affected if freight trains grind to a halt next month. One of the biggest rail unions rejected its deal Monday, joining 3 others that have failed to approve contracts over concerns about demanding schedules and the lack of paid sick time. That raises the risk of a strike. The U.S. Supreme Court on Tuesday cleared the way for the handover of former President Donald Trump's tax returns to a congressional committee. After a 3-year legal fight, the court without comment rejected Trump's plea for an order that would have prevented the Treasury Department from giving 6 years of tax returns for Trump and some of his businesses to the Democratic-controlled House Ways and Means Committee. For the Wall Street Business Report, I'm Bill Alexander in Washington.
The average American takes 8,000 to 10,000 steps each day, and for those suffering from foot problems, each one can be agonizing. The podiatry team at Artesia General Hospital can help diagnose and treat foot and ankle conditions, including diabetic foot issues, arthritis, bunions, or other problems. Doctors Joseph Marino and Joseph Krupa are podiatrists specializing in wound care, fracture care, foot and ankle surgery, and more. Put your feet in good hands. Request an appointment at artesiageneral.com/podiatry APPT.
Big O Tires Black Friday sale is here. 3 Fridays, 3 weeks, 21 days to buy 3, get 1 free on select in-stock Mesa tires with installation purchase. That's right, buy 3, get 1 free on select in-stock Mesa tires with installation purchase. Hurry in now through December 4th. Big O Tires, the team you trust. Installation charge is extra. Required on all 4 tires. Not valid with other offers. Eligibility may vary. Disposal fees and shop fees extra where permitted. See store for details.
Hi, my name is Claude Childs, Service Director here at Roswell Ford. We understand that when your vehicle needs service, you have a lot of options. And sometimes it's hard to know who to trust. That's where I come in. My mission and the mission for the service department here at Roswell Ford is the best customer service experience and ensuring your absolute satisfaction. We have a brand new service team of master certified technicians to ensure that things are done right. Our goal is to make sure that every customer drives away with a smile on their face. And if you have diesel engines or a fleet of vehicles, our team is one of the premier service departments in the region for diesel and fleet repairs. To show you the Roswell Ford Service Department difference, we invite you in for a free diagnostic report on any Ford vehicle, regardless of year or model. We are ready to set a precedent and to show you what quality service looks like. So come see us at the Tailgate Nation, Roswell Ford.
Happiness isn't about getting what you want all the time. It's about loving what you have and being grateful for it. Hi, this is Pastor Troy and Julie Smitherman for The Joy of Marriage.
As people, we can get so focused on what we don't have, we don't appreciate what we do have. We can make ourselves miserable, angry, and even depressed by focusing our thoughts and words on the negative. Take a look around and find something to be grateful for that your spouse does. It will change your attitude in your marriage.
1 Thessalonians 5:18 says, "No matter what happens, always be thankful, for this is God's will for you who belong to Christ Jesus."
Take it from me, I was such a negative person, but by renewing my mind with God's Word and learning to be thankful, it changed my life and greatly impacted my marriage.
If you have any questions or would like further information about the Joy of Marriage Ministry, please go to jomconference.com.
Sure, you can inspect your own roof, get out that rickety ladder, crawl around up there and try to spot the problem until... Or you could call the experts at Do Right Roofing. Do Right Roofing has quality products for any type of roof. They can even install seamless gutters. Do Right Roofing will inspect your roof and give you a free estimate fast. Keep your feet on the ground. Call Do Right Roofing today.
575-623-2273. Let Do Right do your roof right.
Find them fast in names and numbers.
Hey, by now you've probably heard that health insurance is more affordable than ever. Well, it really is. But did you know that BULNM is the only place you can go to take advantage of the financial assistance available to most uninsured New Mexicans? Plus, we partner with quality brand name health insurance companies you know and trust. And the friendly and knowledgeable team at BULNM makes it so easy to shop and enroll for the right health insurance for you, your family, and your budget. And our help is free. Visit BULNM.com today.
It takes a long time to develop trust. At LaGrone Funeral Chapel, they've been earning your trust for decades. They understand how important it is to friends and family to celebrate a life in the way you choose. The professionals at LaGrone will ease your stress and anxieties. They'll provide the guidance you need to select a service that's appropriate. And that's what they've been doing for generations, earning your trust and doing the right thing. LaGrone Funeral Chapel and Crematory, 900 South Main in Roswell. Online at LaGroneFuneralChapels.com.
Hi, this is Mikey, General Manager at Roswell Nissan. During this Thanksgiving season, Roswell Nissan would like to thank all of our valued customers and thank you for putting your trust and confidence in Roswell Nissan. Roswell Nissan will be closed this Thanksgiving to spend time with our families and back to regular business and burning off all that turkey and gravy on Friday. We know you have a choice when buying and servicing your vehicles. Thank you for choosing Roswell Nissan. We won't settle for less than what's best for you. Happy Thanksgiving from all of us at Roswell Nissan.
Here's a Mornings with Mike Winters fun fact. Linen can absorb up to 20 times its weight in moisture before it feels damp. Now, you don't have to get up in the middle of the night to go to the bathroom anymore. Here's Mike Winters.
And good morning. It is 8:47. You had a little girl sitting.
I know. I'm rocking it down on kids level.
You had little Mia sitting there a minute ago. So.
There we go.
There it is.
Just stretch the entirety of my body. I think I'm like gracing Mike's legs right now.
I'm tucked.
I can feel your heart beating.
I could feel your essence. But hey, I got a phone call over the break here.
Yes.
That we have a silver alert, and they asked if we mind mentioning on the radio. This we have a gentleman who's been missing since 5 p.m. He's actually from Artesia.
Mm-hmm.
His name is Harold Wilson, and there has been a silver alert issued by the New Mexico State Police for him. He is looking for him. He's last seen, from what I've got here, he's 6 foot, approximately 160 pounds. He was last seen driving a 2012 blue Ford Explorer, license plate number MAA 582, and I believe that's a New Mexico plate. And he does have dementia and heart problems, and he's been missing since, I think, 5 p.m. yesterday.
Mm-hmm.
The Eddy County Sheriff's Office is seeking assistance on this one. If you happen to spot this gentleman, please reach out to the Eddy County Sheriff's Department at 575-616-7155 or call 911.
Yes.
And they will help you out there. But hopefully we can get this gentleman home to his family. But, yeah, again, his name is Harold Wilson. He's 86 years old, approximately 6 foot tall, 160 pounds. Last seen driving a 2012 blue Ford Explorer with license plate MAA 582. He does have dementia and heart problems, and he last seen 5 p.m. yesterday. So hopefully we can get him home.
Absolutely.
To his family. So,
all right. So I got a question.
Yes.
You've been teasing us for like a couple of weeks now.
Have I?
Yeah. And you said you'd get to it eventually. You've yet to reveal to the public the secret to your award-winning deviled eggs.
Oh, it's easy. Thousand Island dressing.
There it is.
That's all there is to it. It's like a lot of people like to mix mustard and mayo and or whatever their combo relish, whatever their little combination. Everyone's got a different one.
Right.
My mother taught me many moons ago is that just grab a bottle of Thousand Island dressing, pour it in there with the egg yolks, and you've got a fantastic base for your deviled egg.
Let me ask you something. Okay. Some people prefer relish in their deviled eggs. You know, a nice little crunch to their deviled eggs. What about now? Hear me out on this.
Okay.
Big Mac sauce.
Sure, because that's kind of
it's Thousand Island dressing, but with
much
relish inside of it.
Yeah, if you can acquire enough of it.
Well, all you got to do is just go to your local McDonald's, any 3 locations here in Roswell, one in Artesia, one in Carlsbad, and ask for a few sides of mac sauce. They might charge you for it, but yeah, they'll put it in a one of the things like they put a burger in.
Well, you're probably gonna need about a half a cup or a cup of it at least.
So order like 6 sides of mac sauce, or just if you go to them and say, "Can you guys sell me just like a good sized container of mac sauce?" They'll do that, I'm sure.
Do they have like? Maybe you can buy it in like the caulk gun thing, like they have.
For a while,
just
it was around the 50th anniversary of the Big Mac. for a while they were selling it in stores.
Oh, kind of like Chick-fil-A with their sauces.
Mm-hmm.
It's a smart move. I don't know why they haven't done it sooner.
Right?
Like, why isn't there McCafe coffee available
There is.
like Dunkin' Donuts coffee in the stores?
Have you been to the store recently, Michael?
I don't drink coffee. How often do I go into the coffee
McCafe has a whole line
Does it? I have no idea.
Yeah. I almost said over the counter
Yeah.
of, store-bought coffee. So does Dunkin'. So does...
I know Dunkin' does.
Yeah. So does, Starbucks has theirs.
I don't drink coffee, so I don't go down that aisle.
Chock full of nuts has theirs.
Drink it. My wife doesn't drink it. I don't drink
Chock
it. We don't
full of
go
nuts, by the way, is it's one that people sleep on. It's not only is it great coffee, it is one of... How are we doing on time? It is one of, if not the greatest TV jingles of all time.
My wife's grandmother, Dada, she was a fan of Ookanuba.
Ookanuba.
Yeah.
Mhm.
And she always kept that in the freezer.
And of course, you ban coffee. Yeah, you can put this stuff on anything.
Yeah, it's even good on
Ice cream,
yeah.
chili, or just eat it out of the can for a quick pick me up.
Oh, I love Cousin Eddie.
May he rest in psychosis.
By the way, TNT and TBS, they're hitting us hard this weekend.
Mm-hmm.
Like, you know how at Christmas they do the 24 hours of a Christmas story?
Yeah.
Well, they've done Gone Crazy now.
Yeah.
So like this weekend, one day they're showing nothing but 24 hours of A Christmas Vacation.
See, I didn't get to go last night. I had to put it off because I had to go pack and be responsible.
And then
so I get to go see it on the
another
big screen.
channel showing 24 hours of Elf.
Oh, God.
All weekend.
Well, I guess you could bounce back and forth.
Yeah, I think it's like all day Saturday or all day Friday.
The thing is, you can't watch Christmas Vacation on broadcast TV.
Well, and this is going to be 24 hours.
It's just not the same.
There's a few lines that do miss.
There's the best line of, I would say, almost any movie.
Yeah.
And it starts with, and I want to look him straight in the eye, and I want to tell him what a cheap, lying, no good, rotten, four-flushing, snake-licking, dirt-eating, inbred, overstuffed, ignorant, blood-sucking, brainless, heartless, hopeless, fat, bug-eyed, stiff-legged, spotty-lipped, worm-headed sack of monkey he is.
You have it memorized.
Hallelujah. And holy... Where's the Tylenol? I have seen that movie so many times. Yes, I have.
I'm equally a fan of his rant in the very first Vacation. When he gets to Wally World.
When he gets there, yeah. That was a good rant.
We're going to have so much fun. We're going to be whistling zippity-doo-dah. And then you finish the
Bing
rest.
Crosby. It'll be the happiest trip since Bing Crosby tap danced with Danny Kaye.
Yeah.
Now that's even in Christmas Vacation.
Yeah, that one is.
Where he goes,
No,
we're
the
going to have
Wally
the
World stuff is-
happiest holiday. Yeah.
Yeah. Yep. There's the good ones there. But, yeah, they're showing a 24-hour deal of that.
That's the gift that keeps on giving, Clark.
Yeah. Have you... I need to go watch the new Christmas Story.
I haven't seen it yet, no.
Yeah, I heard it was good.
Yeah?
Someone gave me a review yesterday and said it was good. It was cute.
You know that's not the only Christmas Story sequel there is.
I knew they had a bad one.
They did like a made-for-TV movie.
I remember.
And I think it's based in like the 90s.
And it doesn't have any of the original cast, right? It's all different
I think it has like one. There's like, it's like how, the American Pie movies, they always work in, what's his face?
Oh, yeah. Not Stifler.
No, the dad. They always work the dad in, and he's like the connected tissue but in the American Pie universe.
Yes.
That's sort of, I'm sure, how they do
Between him and, what's the redhead
Eugene
kid?
Levy.
Yeah, what's the redhead kid that's in all those? Shermanator. The kid that plays Shermanators.
Oh my God, the
in every one of
Shermanator
those.
was in all those, wasn't he?
Yeah.
He went to like band camp and all those.
Yeah, between the Shermanator and Eugene Levy, I was trying to remember his name, Shermanator. That's what it was. Yeah. So, there's something I was going to go with that, and it just spaced out on me. Sorry, my brain's all scattered.
It's all right. Yeah, we're sort of officially on vacation mode. Oh, there's a few like front end things we have to finish in the next couple hours. We're pretty much, let's face it, Mike and I are checked out, man.
No, I'm having fun.
I'm having a blast. It's great.
I'm in that mode of like.
That's the thing this is the best day of the week because I'm not stressed out. I mean, I know I've got stuff I have to do still, but I'm not stressed about it.
Good.
The end of the day is going to be where where it's supposed to be. So I'm good.
And let's face it, Sean's a guy that gets stressed easy.
Oh, do I ever?
He does get so. For you to not be stressed, it's a good thing.
It's quite nice. It is.
Almost had to give away your crab claw, by the way. Mia was eyeballing that thing hard.
At least less
I said, it's not mine to give, so I can't. But I said, you can ask the guy in the other room.
Oh, she should have asked. I'd have given it to her.
Yeah, she was a fan of that. She was, because he got kind of pushed up by the cords there, and she was like, "Oh," and I was like, "Hold on," but I got up to make sure she wasn't pulling out a cord.
"Ooh, cables."
she loved to talk. That girl's so funny.
Well, I love that. That's you don't see that very, like, usually, kids they'll open up, but then you put a microphone in their face and they shut up.
It made me laugh because I'm trying to talk about the thing.
I heard.
And then she go, I got 5 pugs.
Yeah,
it's like, that's why I love kids. They will come out of left field.
2 days ago, my daughter asked Mike if we could go home yet.
Oh, yeah.
She's like, Mike, can we go home?
And I'm like, I don't care.
He's like, I don't know. I'm not your dad.
Hey, I'm not your dad. You got to ask him. I mean, I'm fine with it.
That's the thing is with Rhiannon is once she knows you and gets to know you, you're her best friend.
I'm of the generation that grew up watching Fat Albert.
Of course.
And seeing all that.
Literally, Bill Cosby himself was the first... one of the first 2 stand-up specials I ever saw. Because Mike Warnke's Christian comedy special was the first one I saw, and I still to this day have it memorized verbatim. But Bill Cosby himself was the second. I still remember all the chocolate cake bit.
It's one of my any channel anywhere now.
It's certainly not streaming.
But I would watch it because it's hilarious. And, it's a shame. Oh, we got to go. All right, it's 9 o'clock. You're listening to 106.5 Roswell's Talk FM, KEND, Roswell, New Mexico. We'll be back. Don't go away.
Breaking news this hour from townhall.com. I'm Bob Agnew in Washington. Another mass shooting in America, this one last night at a Walmart in Virginia, where 7 people, including the shooter, are dead.
Police say the shooter went into the Walmart in Chesapeake, Virginia around 10 p.m. and opened fire. Officer Leo Kaczynski says they're investigating that person's connection with the store.
We're looking into the relationships and all that.
He says when police went into Walmart, they found the shooter dead along with the victims and the injured.
It's sad, we're a couple days before the Thanksgiving holiday. I mean, anytime it's sad, it's just a bad time all around.
That audio courtesy WVEC. There have been 40 mass killings in the U.S. so far this year, according to a database by the AP, USA Today, and Northeastern University. I'm Julie Walker.
Meanwhile, a person arrested in the Colorado nightclub shooting does not want to be referred to as a man.
The alleged shooter facing possible hate crime charges in the fatal shooting of 5 people at a Colorado Springs homosexual nightclub says he is non-binary. This according to the suspect's defense team and court filings. And several standard motions filed on behalf of Anderson Lee Aldrich Tuesday. Public defenders refer to the suspect as MX Aldrich, noting in footnotes that the 22-year-old is non-binary and uses they-them pronouns. Officials have not answered questions about any evidence suggesting the shooting was a hate crime. Tasha Stevens reporting.
The Thanksgiving travel rush is back this year. People catching planes in numbers not seen in years. AAA spokesman Andrew Gross says a lot of people will be hitting the highways as well.
The vast majority, about 49 million, are going to go by car. And that's not atypical. It's sort of... in the nature of the holiday, it's very family-oriented. It's a 5-day travel period. So for a lot of folks, it's just easier to get in the car and go.
More of these stories at townhall.com.
Charlie Dombeck here from Key City Capital. As a practicing CPA for nearly 30 years, I have found that 80% of your ability to grow your wealth is dependent upon 2 factors: taxes and investment performance. At Key City Capital, we improve investment performance by diversifying capital into off-market investment opportunities in passive rental real estate and alternatives like asset-backed lending. We recover dollars that clients unnecessarily pay in the form of income taxes, creating a lifetime annuity of savings. We are a sponsor of passive, affordable single and multifamily residential rental investments, which are located in Sunbelt landlord-friendly states. These investments are the top choices in a rising interest rate and inflationary environment. They represent a store of value, protecting your capital from market volatility. Learn how we at Key City Capital can help you ultimately grow your wealth rapidly. Connect with me at keycitycapital.com or give me a call at 817-912-1569.
The Supreme Court on Tuesday cleared the way for the handover of former President Trump's tax returns to a congressional committee after a 3-year legal battle. Meanwhile, a federal court seems skeptical of claims by former President Trump in a Mar-a-Lago case.
A federal appeals court appears deeply skeptical that former President Donald Trump was entitled to a review by an independent arbiter of documents seized in an FBI search of his Florida estate. The three-judge panel of the U.S. Court of Appeals for the 11th Circuit, including 2 Trump appointees, repeatedly suggested that Trump was seeking special treatment. The judges indicated through their questioning that they were likely to side with the Justice Department, which has sought an immediate end to a special master review process that it says has unnecessarily delayed its investigation into the presence of classified documents at Mar-a-Lago. It was not immediately clear when the court might rule. I'm Lisa Dwyer.
Breaking news at townhall.com. Republican Representative Valdeo has won California's Central Valley vote. Here's congressional correspondent Bernie Bennett.
Republican Congressman David Valdeo has defeated Democrat Rudy Salas in a Central Valley district, overcoming strong Democratic registration advantage and fallout from his vote to impeach then-President Donald Trump. With 98% of the ballots counted Monday night, Valdeo had 52% of the vote to 48% for Salas, or a margin of about 4,500 votes. Republicans have regained control of the House. With Valdeo's victory, Republicans will hold 219 seats next year, Democrats 212. Counting is not yet finished on a handful of other undecided races. Bernie Bennett reporting.
House Minority Leader Kevin McCarthy called on Homeland Security Secretary Alejandro Mayorkas to resign over his handling of the U.S.-Mexico border. He warns GOP lawmakers will consider impeachment next year if he does not step down voluntarily. More on these stories at townhall.com. From Washington, I'm Bob Agnew.
What in the wide, wide world of sports is going on here?
I promise you, whatever scum did this, not one man on this force will rest for 1 minute until he's behind bars. Now let's grab a bite to eat. Yeah, come on.
I feel the hot wind on my shoulder and the touch of a world that is older. I hit the switch and check the number. I leave it on and then I slumber. I hear the rhythm ringing through it. Flamenco guitar and cumbia music. I hear the talking of the DJ. The travel and what does he say? I'm on a Mexican radio. I'm on a Mexican radio.
Broadcasting live from high atop the J.P. White Building in downtown Roswell, New Mexico. It's Mornings with Mike Winters on 106.5 Roswell's Talk FM.
Is that what I sound like when I talk?
Now, here's your host, Mike Winters.
Hey, good morning. It is 6 minutes after 9 o'clock. Welcome to hour number 3.
Trace Inviernos.
Mornings with Mike Winters, right here on 106.5 Roswell's Talk FM. Happy Thanksgiving Eve, the Wednesday before. Busy travel day.
I can smell it in the air. My friend Misty, she makes pies to sell over the holidays.
She does.
She has been in factory mode for the last 2 days. I walked into her house yesterday, and she has a folding table out like right in front of her door, and it looks like a Marie Callender's in there. There's like 6 pies stacked over here, 3 over here. There's a tart. Here's a carrot cake over in the corner.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, she's worked up some like just over $300 worth of.
Well, I saw her advertisement on the Facebooks, and I think because my Thanksgiving set, I'm already committed and doing all this. I think I'm going to hit her up because she on her menu there was something that I love, but nobody seems to want to make.
Okay, you're not going to get it by Thanksgiving.
I know. I don't want it. This is like afterwards. I'm out of town.
All right.
Like after all the hubbub and the rush and everything.
Okay.
I'm going to hit her up, and I want one of those chocolate pecan pies.
Ooh,
a lot of people don't make chocolate.
That's true,
pies.
and
they make pecan pies.
That is
chocolate pecan pie.
Her specialty.
That is one of my favorite pies.
She told me a couple days ago that this is the first time she's ever made a non-chocolate pecan pie this year. So the chocolate pecan pie is one of her specialties.
Well, I will be hitting her up for one here after the holidays. Not now. You do your thing and all that, but in between, I want me one of them pies.
There you go.
And I get it all to myself.
Ooh.
Because my wife doesn't like nuts. I'm going to eat the whole pie myself.
That's the key, man. I ordered. This is a couple years ago. My friend Lindsay, she was making pumpkin rolls. For Christmas, and or Thanksgiving. So you had the option of nuts or no nuts. Of course, I opted for nuts.
Sure,
because nobody in my house liked nuts. That thing was mine.
So no one in your family likes nuts either?
They don't really like pumpkin rolls. That's not really their
Interesting.
thing. But yeah, nobody in at least my kid's mom's family liked nuts. My kid's mom's mom, the kid's grandma, she likes nuts. She just can't have them anymore.
An allergy or something? Or
mostly just issues. Yeah,
bad for
chewing issues.
System. Gotcha.
Yeah.
No, my wife does, and she's not allergic. She just doesn't like nuts, any nuts. And her sister is the exact same way. Neither one of them eat nuts.
That's crazy.
Yeah. Here's something even weirder. Tomatoes. I don't like tomatoes. Kim doesn't like tomatoes. Kim's sister doesn't like tomatoes. Kim's sister's husband doesn't like tomatoes.
Tomatoes are a very divisive thing. Like I know people that say they don't like tomatoes. They say they like tomatoes in things.
Yeah.
Like a puree, a marinara, sure. But taking the tomato is such a it's such an inert flavor. Like I don't think that it makes that much of a difference other than the moisture factor.
I don't mind it cooked and in things like if it's stew, chili, or whatever. That's fine.
Right.
I don't like slicing up a raw tomato and putting it on anything.
Oh, see, that's...
And I certainly won't eat one like an apple.
I will eat one like a hand fruit. That's
Yeah.
the best. You get yourself a tomato, you take a little bit of the skin off,
Yeah.
and then you start salting that bad boy. And that is
My father,
one of my favorite
people
things in
loved
the world.
it. I'm not one of those people. I don't want to mess with it.
One of the best... Oh, I'm going to have one of these soon. One of the best lunches in the world is just plain white bread, mayonnaise, tomato slices, and another piece of bread. Or Miracle Whip if you really want to up your tang game.
In my younger days, I haven't done this in a while. My version of that is, and this is back, when we were kids and there'd be no lunch meat in the house and I didn't want PB&J. I'd get my white bread, my Wonder Bread, mayonnaise, put a couple pickle spears on there.
Okay.
Put more mayonnaise on the other piece.
Now you go spears, not slices.
Well, it's what I had in the house.
Gotcha.
It was what was available. I go with what's in the house.
Because I would think based on structural integrity, you'd want to go with the slices.
It's a little more hearty with the spears.
You do get a bit more of a crunch and bite to it.
Yeah. So it's kind of like eating a chicken sandwich with chicken fingers instead of an actual chicken breast on there. You know how that gets sometimes?
Yeah.
I'm not a fan of that, by the way. People that put chicken fingers as their chicken sandwich, that's lazy. Give me a whole chicken piece, please.
Yeah. It does feel like
you don't take nuggets and stick them on a piece of bread and say, "Here's a sandwich."
It does feel like the two-handed popsicle of the chicken game.
Unless you're at home, that's up there with hot dog on bread. Just
hot dog on bread. It's a simple dish.
I judge you
steeped
for your
in family tradition, just like Mom used to make.
And I know a lot of restaurants do it. I just saying no. Chicken fingers are called chicken fingers because you're supposed to eat them with your fingers.
No, they're called because they look like fingers.
Whose fingers are you looking at? They don't look like my fingers.
Well, fingers that have been batter dipped and deep fried. Let's cut yours off, batter dipped and deep fried. I bet we can make them look like chicken fingers.
Unless my pan were Andre the Giant. No way.
Let's also smash them down beforehand and take out all the bony stuff.
Take all the flesh.
All that sinewy cartilage.
But that was a good sandwich. Pickles, mayonnaise, bread. That's it. It's a tasty sandwich.
It is. Sounds like it. I'm a fan of simplicity.
Yeah, it's not bad.
But that being said, I'm also like a fan of peanut butter and mayonnaise. So
my
take that with
brother concocted a sandwich.
Try it before you judge me. I didn't think so either. I don't like peanut butter. Oh, okay. I saw a TikTok and they're like peanut butter and mayonnaise. I'm like, no. I tried it.
My brother concocted a sandwich that was revolting. That actually didn't taste that bad. He got, and this was we were kids just doing things. He got his bread, bologna, mustard, mayo, peanut butter, jelly, cheese, bread, and made a sandwich.
Wow.
And I took a bite, and I don't think I'd eat one again, but it wasn't as gross as I anticipated.
There's a lot to unpack there. I feel like your mouth would break down the individual ingredients and taste it in
I forgot there was ketchup.
Of course there's ketchup.
I miss ketchup.
Because why wouldn't there be?
It was really out. It wasn't. I wouldn't recommend it.
No, but that's
it
like
wasn't as bad as I thought it could be.
That's bordering on like a Scooby-Doo sandwich.
That was my brother. If you knew my brother at that age, literally, He'd go to the ice cream man and buy 2 packs of Bubble Yum or Hubba Bubba and put the entire 2 packs in his mouth at one time. And he's like a 6-year-old kid.
Oh, my God.
And literally gums just hanging out. It was a mess. We nicknamed him Dirt as a kid.
Yeah.
Because he had all kind of constant dirt ring around his mouth.
Literally my son. I can't, I know, it's like embedded in his skin now. I can't get his face clean.
Yeah.
The look on Sean's face was more impressed than disgusted.
It was, because I'm like, what else is he going to put on here? You had me at cheese, and then you kept going from there.
Yeah, that was a sandwich. That was things we did as a kid.
Also,
but, yeah.
Also, chickens don't have fingers, so checkmate.
Do they have large talons? Start a argument.
I never said that it was chicken's fingers, Roy. I said it's chicken that has been shaped to look like fingers.
Oh, I know. I'm just messing with
And then he brought up fingers, so I used his fingers as an example. Don't make me fight you in a field.
Can't we all just go home and watch Freddy Got Fingered?
No. No.
Would you like some sausage?
That movie, by the way, has the most nightmarish ending to any movie I think Rip Torn has ever been involved in.
Yeah.
And he's been in a lot of weird stuff.
Uh-huh.
So,
including the Beastmaster. That scene still haunts me this day because I don't understand it.
Beastmaster or Freddy Got Fingered?
No, the scene where he's sitting there with sausage hanging from the ceiling on strings while he's playing a keyboard, and they're attached to the keys, and he's like, "Daddy, would you like some sausage?"
Well, there's nothing to understand or unpack from that scene other than Tom Green is psycho.
I know, but it's stuck in my head. I'm like,
not the scene with the chick with the numb legs.
Yeah, and I'm 20 years later. Daddy, would you like some sausage? Is still stuck in my head.
I think that says more about you than the movie.
It's probably true. Probably true. All right, Crystal Noble from the Humane Society is going to join us here in just a few minutes. Before we do that, though, let's go ahead and get you up to date on the weather.
I'm meteorologist Steve Hamilton with your Pecos Valley weather. We'll get sunshine today. We do have cooler temperatures coming up with a cold front moving through the central Rockies, and that's headed our way. Mid-60s on the afternoon high today. Overnight, a few clouds, and we'll drop into the mid-30s. And then Thanksgiving Day looks pretty good with a mix of sunshine and clouds, but it will be quite a bit cooler and windy. Our afternoon high in the upper 40s. Rain possible Friday. I'm meteorologist Steve Hamilton, and that's your latest forecast.
Thank you, Steve. Currently 38 degrees here in Roswell. Humidity is at 60%. Winds calm at the moment. Today's nice. Enjoy today. Days after today, can't guarantee. But today, I think we'll be in good shape. Sunny skies, 65 for a high. Winds will be out of the south, 5 to 10 miles per hour. Tonight, partly cloudy. Expect an overnight low of 35 degrees. Southwest winds 5 to 15 miles per hour. For your Thanksgiving Day tomorrow, partly cloudy. Highs near 49. That's not too bad. But the bad part is it's going to be breezy. Winds will be out of the north 20 to 25. Gusting as high as 35 miles per hour. For your Thanksgiving Eve, we're looking, or Thanksgiving evening, I should say, not Eve. That's today. Thanksgiving evening, tomorrow night, we're looking at a 50% chance at rain before 11, then it changing over to rain and snow mix after that. Mostly cloudy, looking at an overnight low of 33. Winds will be out of the north 15 to 20 miles per hour. For Friday, we're looking at a 40% chance of snow showers before 11, then it changing over to a rain-snow mix after that. Partly cloudy, highs near 40 on Friday with winds out of the north 15 to 20. Friday night, we're looking at a 40% chance of rain showers and snow showers before 11, then it changing over to snow. Mostly cloudy, overnight low of 30. And then Saturday, it all goes away, and the sun comes back out. Sunny skies, highs near 60. And then by Sunday, we're in the near 60. Then we'll be pushing 70 on Monday when you go back to work and school. 67 for a high that day. So we got a wild one, I'll tell you, boy. We got a crazy one coming the next couple of days here weather-wise. All right, it is 17 minutes after 9 o'clock. We're going to take a quick break, and then on the other side, we'll talk with the Humane Society and Crystal Noble. Don't go away.
Hi, my name is Claude Childs, Service Director here at Roswell Ford. We understand that when your vehicle needs service, you have a lot of options, and sometimes it's hard to know who to trust. That's where I come in. My mission and the mission for the service department here at Roswell Ford is the best customer service experience and ensuring your absolute satisfaction. We have a brand new service team of master certified technicians to ensure that things are done right. Our goal is to make sure that every customer drives away with a smile on their face. And if you have diesel engines or a fleet of vehicles, our team is one of the premier service departments in the region for diesel and fleet repairs. To show you the Roswell Ford Service Department difference, we invite you in for a free diagnostic report on any Ford vehicle, regardless of year or model. We are ready to set a precedent and to show you what quality service looks like. So come see us at the Tailgate Nation, Roswell Ford.
Plateau Wireless delivers the speed you need. With low rates, no data caps, no hidden fees, and no throttling, now's the time to sign up. Go for the True 100 with super fast 100 megs upload and download speeds. Perfect for sharing, HD streaming, working and learning from home, and more. Or go for the True 500, delivering the power and speed you need for 4K streaming, gaming, downloading, and more. With plans starting at just $60 a month, it's never made more sense to switch. Visit in-store, visit plateautel.com, or call 877-752-8328. Plateau Wireless, a proud supporter of our veterans. The fully loaded Black Friday sale is on now at LGS Guns and Ammo. Now through the end of the month, save store-wide on all the stuff you need to make it a cool Yule. Like 10% off all firearms, including Ruger, Mossberg, Smith & Wesson, and more. 15% off all accessories and ammo, and even 15% off all Liberty safes. Not sure what to get? LGS gift cards can really stuff a stocking. Gear up for the Black Friday sale at LGS Guns and Ammo, Southeastern New Mexico's authority for guns and ammunition in Hobbs or Roswell, and at lgsguns.com.
Here's a Mornings with Mike Winters fun fact. 1 in 3 snake bite victims is drunk. 1 in 5 is tattooed. Hold my beer and check this out. Here's Mike Winters.
And good morning. It is 20 minutes after 9 o'clock, and joining us in studio this morning from the Roswell Humane Society, Crystal Noble back with us. Good morning.
Good morning. Sorry.
How are you today?
I am good. I was lost in thought there.
Just get her notes together here. So, how are you doing?
Good. I like the cold weather, but I really don't want the wind tomorrow because we're barbecuing our turkey.
Yeah, that wind's kind of a pain tomorrow. We could deal with the other thing. So, well, maybe you have a shielded area where it can block some of the wind to get the turkey fried. Are you frying it? Or?
No, barbecuing.
Barbecuing, okay. Smoking or whatever.
Yeah.
Cool.
Hopefully, the wind won't whip down, but we'll see.
Yeah, now when you smoke it, do you guys have a wood or pellet, or is it electric controlled?
Mm-mm.
See, that's
Charcoal.
where it's harder.
Charcoal.
Yeah, like if it's electric, the wind's not a big factor.
Yeah.
But when you're trying to maintain the temp with charcoal or wood,
I will
or
rephrase. We do have an electric charcoal smoker, but one of the elements is out.
So it's useless.
So I can't use that right now, so we have to go back to old school.
Yeah. Okay. Well, hopefully the wind will. It'll. Is it you or your husband?
My husband's actually going to cook it because he likes to barbecue the turkey, and I like it in the oven. So.
Okay.
I cooked it in the oven last year, so it's his year this
year.
year.
So you get to flip it. Gotcha.
I'm only letting him feel he gets to flip it for a few years, and then after that, it'll just be whatever.
Does he prep it, or do you prep it?
No, I prep it.
Okay. I didn't know if do you prep it different for the grill versus the oven? I would imagine.
Not really.
No? Okay.
Mm-mm.
I didn't know if you had to because I'm thinking the grill might dry it out a little bit if you're not careful.
So, depending on what size of grill you're doing, if you have a super large grill, you have your coals spread out in a circle, and then you have a drip pan.
Gotcha.
So that the moisture recirculates back through the turkey.
Makes sense.
If you have a smaller one, you want to do hot side and cool side.
Okay.
So that way you can have your drip pan underneath it.
Makes sense.
So as long as you have a drip pan underneath it, the humidity in there will circulate.
How big a bird do you got to cook? You guys cooking?
We didn't get a very big one. I think it was 15-pounder.
Okay, so that's still a good size, but yeah, it's not like a 25, 30-pound job.
No. If it was that big, it would be going in the oven.
Yeah.
Because my grill's not that big.
I was about to say, and it'd probably be a tight fit in that oven, depending on if it's closer to 30, But, well, good. So it sounds like you guys are going to be. So is everybody coming to your place, or?
No, so we're going to do the morning at my uncle and cousin's house, and then the evening at my uncle and aunt's house.
So you're having 2 meals?
2 meals.
Oofa.
2 separate houses.
Wow. Well, someone will be.
Nobody's house is big enough for everybody to go to.
Makes sense. So we'll break it up in 2 sessions. Gotcha. But you got to help with food for both.
Yeah, well, I always do.
You're the one.
I am the one.
So, We probably should talk dogs and cats.
Well,
delicious. Then delicious turkeys.
We will be closing today at noon.
Okay.
And then we're going to stay closed all the way until Saturday. We'll open back up 10 a.m. Saturday morning.
Okay, and this is for the shelter.
Mm-hmm. And the thrift store is going to be closed all this week.
Okay.
And when they reopen Saturday, it's going to be for Small Business Saturday.
Okay.
And the entire thrift store is going to be 50% off, including Christmas.
Okay.
Anything with an X means it's Christmas, and so that means it's still 50% off.
Okay. So we ask that you come and get your shopping on Saturday morning.
And they're pulling out like as much of the Christmas stuff, like Christmas trees and ornaments and decorations. Like we have a storage unit that's right outside the building. So they're trying to pull out as much of it as they can. And as more sells, they're going to be pulling more out.
Okay.
So, but they have, I believe it's either a queen or a full size, or queen or king. Serta Tempur-Pedic pillow top mattress.
Okay.
In
those are high dollar.
Mint condition.
Okay. So you probably get a cheap bargain on that one.
So I think they have it marked at $300 right now, but with it being half off on Saturday, that would be $150 for.
That's hugely discounted because I'm thinking that mattress new is $1,500.
Pretty much. Yeah. Yeah.
And if it's brand new, pretty much.
Yeah, I don't think it's been used.
Been hardly used at all. So that's quite a bargain for somebody there. So I imagine that won't last long. So you might want to be there early Saturday for that one.
And they have, everybody's starting to do their Christmas parties after Thanksgiving.
Mm-hmm.
Anybody who does the whole ugly sweater thing, they have an entire rack of ugly sweaters just for your need.
So don't go online and spend a bunch of money on those expensive ones through some company in China or something.
These are the ones that look like your grandma made them for you to wear when you were a little kid and just kept adding stuff to it.
Yeah.
These be those.
These are the real McCoy.
Yep.
Not them fake ugly sweaters that come out now. Because that's like a trend.
Yeah.
And I made a mistake of seeing something on Facebook once and clicking it, and now I get inundated with it. And there's some, I'm assuming it's a company from China. They're making like pretty much any logo that is semi-popular in terms of brands, booze or anything, and they've made an ugly sweater out of it. So basically, if you want like a Milwaukee's best ugly sweater, they got one.
So you got Carhartt, Ariat, Noble, Milwaukee, DeWalt.
Yeah, but most of the things are like Pabst Blue Ribbon, a lot of liquor.
Okay.
There's a few in there for like snacks and stuff, but yeah, it's all kind of like
Twinkies.
Yeah, like young, like people like me trying to nostalgia bring back Pabst Blue Ribbon or something, or trying to justify it's good to drink that. Even it's like
I forgot what we saw. Oh, we saw Slits when we were up in Rio Rancho seeing my sister.
Yeah.
I had went to look for Oktoberfest, and obviously they didn't have any more of it. And my husband goes, "Is that Slits?" And I was like, "Oh God."
Yeah.
I was like, "Oh." I was like, "Oh."
Yep. That's a more obscure version of Keystone, basically.
Well,
although it was very popular back in the 70s and 80s. You Slits beer. Yeah. Absolutely.
I don't know. I just remember Zima. Everybody was nuts over Zima.
Yeah. Yeah, that was, girls, not so much guys when I was growing up. It was not cool to drink Zima as a guy.
Those things were disgusting.
Well, it's like flat Sprite was always the kind of taste I always got out of it.
I thought it was flat champagne.
Yeah.
And champagne's gross to begin with. So.
I'm not a champagne fan either. So. Although it's not bad with orange juice.
Mimosas.
Yeah. So thrift store will be closed until Saturday. Until Saturday, where they'll open for Small Business Saturday, 10 a.m. I'm assuming.
10 a.m. Yeah.
10 a.m. Again, be there at 10 if you want to get in on some of the hot deals like the Christmas decor.
They're putting out a lot of the brand new clothing. So they've got like pants, shirts, winter stuff that still has tags on it, so it's not used.
Okay.
All of that stuff is going out.
Good.
They've got new shoes still in boxes coming out. They're getting it stocked up today. They're not working tomorrow, but I think they'll be working Friday.
Okay. Tomorrow's Thanksgiving.
Tomorrow's Thanksgiving. I'm like, the whole Wednesday thing throws me off.
Yeah, tomorrow's Thanksgiving. So, I imagine they're at home with families tomorrow, and then they'll get up Friday and get ready for Saturday. And then, and like you said, the shelter is closed. It closes at noon today.
Mm-hmm.
So you got a couple more hours to, if you're looking for a puppy or a kitty to take home or want to check out the available maybe, introduce yourself to one, and then after the holidays come and adopt. But
because there's no vets going to be open for Friday or Saturday.
Yeah, exactly. But if you want to kind of check out the pet now, there might be a few pets that are already spayed or neutered but they need to be chipped first, don't they? So
they have to be unless they are microchipped, rabies, and spayed or neutered, then they can leave.
Never mind.
I was going to say, I don't think I have any of those. I have 2 that are spayed, but they don't have microchip or rabies.
Okay.
But we do still have Sunflower, who is coming on 16 months in the kennel.
Over a year. That's too long. Way too long. I mean, anything over 6 months is way too long.
It is. Yeah. And ironically, she has adapted super well. She's not going kennel sour. But she needs to be in a home.
She needs a home. She needs to find a loving family and she's one of these dogs that's probably loved by everybody and kind of,
she knows no stranger.
Yeah.
Like, she sees people and she's like, oh, love. Yeah. Like, she loves people. And kids. Like, kids
Is she older dog or a little bit older?
No, she's about 2.
Okay, so she's a full grown, but not.
Like, she sees kids and it's just like, oh, mine. Mm-hmm. And it's so, because she's kind of a little bit more rowdy with adults. Like, she'll not.
She's just full of energy.
Not jump up roughly, but she'll jump up and lean on you. But like with kids, she sits and she scoots and then she leans. So she knows the difference between kids and adults.
She's probably been around kids, so she understands. Well, it sounds like this dog needs a home.
She does.
16 months is too long to be at the Humane Society for anything. So please see that and all the other dogs and cats. Go to over the holiday weekend here. Go check out RoswellHumane.org. And you'll see every single animal that is calling the Humane Society home right now.
Yes.
If it says not available next to their picture, that's because they're in quarantine or something like that. They're not adopted already.
And our website is under remodel construction.
Okay.
We're redesigning it a little bit.
Okay.
So sometimes it's loading, sometimes it's not.
So be a little patient if you have little issues.
If it has an error, just refresh it and it should load it.
Okay.
But some of the pages are going to look different. Some of the fonts and stuff are going to look different because we're kind of redesigning it to see if we can condense some of the stuff into a.
And I imagine if you go to the
section.
site frequently and you've got cookies installed, it may conflict with that a little bit or something. It could be.
But the cat page and dog page, they're not any different than they have been.
Okay.
You just click on the link and then it takes you to those pages.
Okay. But it's a great way. That way you can see all the pets are available. And then if you find a few that look something you love, call and ask about them, obviously after the holidays here, because no one's going to be there till next week, after noon today. And that way, and then you call and inquire, and if it's not available because it's in quarantine for whatever reason, please call anyway, check, ask the status of it, just kind of keep tabs on it, and when it does become available, you can come on down, and that helps the staff kind of understand that these are people that are wanting these dogs for loving, or cats for loving home.
It does. It also helps us know that you're committed to something, and the more we see commitment, the more it helps us know that we are finding a good home for them.
That's the whole point of this. So please, and then of course another way, if you're at the website there, become a member. Your dog, your kids, your cats.
That page might be down.
Okay. So
because we're having to update PayPal stuff on it.
Okay.
So that page might not be working right now. But we did have our business review come out in the newspaper last week that had our membership form.
Okay.
If you want a membership form, you can call down there. I'll mail you one if you don't want to run down and pick one up.
Okay.
But I do believe that the membership page is currently down.
Okay. So maybe a little patience on that, or go through the paper. But either way, that's a great way to support the Humane Society. And so whether you do it over the weekend here or next week or whenever, but that's a great way. You get newsletter, you get to be a part of the decision-making process of the Humane Society. But that money goes to help pay vet bills, to pay for utilities and all the things that, the money that's needed to run a shelter. Everyday
life things is what it helps with.
Yeah. And then of course donations. Like I said, till about noon today, but after today, wait till next week. But if you got kitty litter, food, dog, cat food, toys are good. Please call ahead on some of that if you've got questions, like rawhide stuff, we don't want any of that. But
we
if it's
try to stick to just like the hard rubber Kong type toys.
Gotcha.
So that way we could put like treats inside.
Gotcha.
So that way it's a stimulator. So that way when they're playing with it and they get a toy or a treat thrown out, it encourages them to play with that toy more.
Gotcha.
Like the squeaky soft toys, we typically refrain from that just because if they rip out that sticky toy and we're not there, we don't want them to eat it and swallow it.
Yeah.
Choke on it.
Big dogs tear them up in 2 minutes. Little dogs are the ones that'll end up.
You know what? We've had some little dogs that are pretty good destructors.
Well, it takes a little longer, but they're the ones that are going to choke because they got the little throat and they chew that squeaker part. Yeah.
Tennis balls are always a good little balls to the big tennis balls because little dogs like balls too, and
Absolutely.
unfortunately their mouth doesn't fit over a big old tennis ball.
So you get them little tiny ones
they're adorable.
Yeah.
And I will tell you that is the hardest thing to make squeak. But you give it to a dog and they're like, wait, and I'm like, I was just squeezing that.
Their jaw strength's 10 times stronger than our hand strength probably. So.
But tennis balls are always a good. And like I said, anything hard, rubbery, kind of like the Kong toys. It doesn't have to be Kong brand. Just something, hard like that. So that way, like, we could put treats in them as a stimulator to help keep their minds.
As far as treats go, like your milk bones and bacon strips and all that.
Milk bones, pepperonis, those are kind of the ones that we stick more so to. The bacon strips are, they just don't fit in a lot of the toys for the treats that go in.
With bacon strips, they look and smell like something a human wants to eat.
I'm going to tell you right now, every time I open that bag of pepperonis, my stomach growls. And I'm like, stop. It's dog treats.
Yeah. It don't taste how it smells.
They smell so delicious. Well, I have a fun story pertaining to dog treats.
Yeah.
So pepperonis used to come in a round canister with the lid.
Okay. Kind of like
Slim Jims.
Oh, yeah.
So remember when the Slim Jims
Pepperidge Farm
came in the round tin can with the lid? Well, an employee's father, his mom had bought a thing of pepperonis and a thing of Slim Jims.
He did it on purpose.
And so his dad went to go grab some beef jerky. Well, he just saw the can with the lid, not realizing that the dog treats looked the same, and grabbed the dog treats and was eating them.
How many did he eat before he realized what he had?
He didn't realize what he had. His wife came in and she said, "What are you eating?" And he goes, apparently I'm eating the dog treats. They taste pretty good. And when he told me the story, I started laughing. I was like, no, you didn't. And he goes, yeah. He goes, so I told her, instead of spending that expensive money on the jerky, just buy me the dog treats. And I was like, no. I'm like, I know they smell good, but they can't really taste that good.
Yeah.
And he goes, taste them. And I was like, nope, I'm not that person that tastes the food that my dog eats.
Well, I've tried bacon strips.
I'll smell them.
Yeah.
But I'm not tasting them.
I have tried a bacon strip, and it does not taste like jerky. It's gross.
One of my employees, Felicia, love her to death. She will not feed her dog or cat something that does not taste good. So she literally tastes their food, and if it doesn't taste edible to her, she won't feed it to them.
Okay.
But she also buys like all natural, not like processed stuff.
Gotcha.
So
fresh ingredients, fresh.
She does. Yeah. But what makes me laugh is when we get like dog treats in that say like cinnamon butter biscuit or whatever, and it says made in the USA, all natural ingredients, she will try that treat before we give it to the dogs.
Good for her.
And I'm like,
I mean, you're committed more than I am.
I told her, I was like, I'll sniff it, and if it smells funky, I'm probably not going to let him have it, but not everything dog smells appealing, even though it's made from our ingredients.
Yeah.
It doesn't smell
and their
appealing.
taste buds are different. They can't handle the rich foods and spices that we
They lick their butt.
Yeah. So
their taste buds are way different than ours.
You're really just giving them expensive food that they really don't benefit any more than they would if something without the seasoning in it. So, but I get it. People want to treat their pets like humans.
She's
and
the one that goes to the treat bar at Petco, and then her and her dogs
sample.
And I'm like, oh, Felicia.
Does she like the movie Friday? Or she hate that movie? Because, I mean, Felicia.
Yeah, well, we always tell her, bye, Felicia. And
I feel so bad for people named Felicia in that movie.
What's even funnier is if, like, the regulars, when we leave, if we don't, like, say, bye, Felicia, she's like, are you mad at me? And I'm like, no, I said bye, have a good night. And she goes, but you didn't say bye, Felicia. And I'm like, bye, Felicia. She's like, okay.
Say it just like Ice Cube, bye, Felicia.
And I laugh because a lot of the a lot of the customers that come in, and I love our community because the majority of our community is very wholehearted and down to earth and has seen the movie Friday.
Right.
So an older gentleman had came in and him and her were talking and he was getting ready to leave and he's all, bye, Felicia. And she goes, what? And she looked at him and she looked at me and I go, everybody knows Friday. And she goes, what is Friday? And I was like, you don't know where bye, Felicia came from? And she's like, no. And I was like, oh, wow. I was like,
guess we got to go watch a movie.
I was like, you're coming over watching a movie tonight.
Well, then you watch the first one, like, well, I got to watch the second one now.
And I think there are like 4 or 5 of them.
Well, you only need the first 2.
Yes.
I think there's 3.
There's
the third
Friday, Friday after next.
And then there's like the next Friday.
The next Friday, and then Friday, Christmas, Bono.
Oh, that's right, the Bone one, I will tell you, the first 2 I loved. Anything past the second one, they're not good.
Yeah, I'm just, all about Friday. Debo was here at Walmart.
He just passed away.
I know.
Several years ago, yeah.
He was at Walmart when I was a cart pusher. Huh. I was like, that's Debo. Who? What do you mean, who? Everybody know who Debo is.
Go steal your bicycle.
I was like, I got a shopping cart. But everybody the majority of the people that come into the kennels are there because, they're looking to find an animal that's going to fill a void. Yeah. And then we have the few people that are not so filling a void, just want a lawn ornament. And we can pick those out really quickly.
Yeah, and it's unfortunate, but this is what the humane, because the Humane Societies are going to be in that goal of a loving home. So when they ask you questions about your fenced-in yard and all that, it's not because they don't want to adopt a pet to you. It's because they want to make sure when they adopt any one of these pets, they don't come back. They're going to their forever home and live out the rest of their lives in a wonderful place.
And the cats, we do require the cats be strictly indoors for their safety. Mm-hmm. I know cats were born in the wild as well as dogs, but we don't live in a society that's safe for them to live outside. Mm-hmm. There's bigger predators, there's more diseases, and there's the risk of them getting hit by a car, attacked by a bigger animal, or getting sick and bringing it home, and then everybody else that's in the house, gets
Outdoor
sick.
Cats' lifespan is
a quarter,
way shorter than your indoor cats. It absolutely is.
So if you believe in the indoor-outdoor cats, unfortunately, we will not adopt a cat to you.
Yeah.
We will direct you to animal control. Mm-hmm. But we do always encourage, if you have like an enclosed patio and you let them out there on that's different.
Right.
But if you want them to just go outside and troll the neighborhood and come home in the nighttime, that's a no.
Yeah. Now, I mean, and I understand, some people, you live out in the country and you want to keep mice and stuff out the barn, so you have a barn cat. Animal control has a fine selection of cats that will probably serve that purpose.
Right, and I will tell you right now, if you have a barn cat, there are things you need to do. Mm-hmm. 1, do not tame it.
Yeah, because you're ill-equipping it to survive out on its own in the barn.
Right. If you tame that cat, you're gonna have a barn cat that's a house cat that lives in the barn.
Yeah.
Don't tame it. Make it a used to you, feed, like if you're going to feed it, that's fine. But a mouser, has to hunt. They have to
they got to put into practice their inherent.
They have to be the bigger prey animal
set. Yeah.
But also coyotes. Cats will draw coyotes in. So you don't want a dozen of them. Mm-hmm. You want 1 or 2, and you want them fixed and you want them vaccinated. When you have a feral cat, make sure you have a cat trap so you can trap them, take them to the vet, so that way if they do get hurt, you're able to still care for them the way they needed. If you have an area, you might keep them enclosed in that area for just a little while until they're used to the area.
Gotcha.
Because they're going to go flight or fight mode. They don't know the area.
Well, it's probably learning that this is their territory. We're establishing your patrol area, your territory, your place to protect, kind of thing. And so that's kind of helping with that process, I'm guessing.
That helps them, realize that, okay, this is my surroundings. I don't need to run. These are the sounds I'm going to be hearing.
His home base.
Yeah, and it basically just helps them realize that this is where they need to stay.
Sure.
And if you have like an enclosed barn, close it at night. Make sure the cats are inside and close it at night, just so that way, 1, it keeps them warm.
Sure.
2, it keeps them
Well, the
protected
predators
from...
that are going after them, that's when they hunt.
Right,
You know,
because they
owls.
hunt at night.
Depending on the size of that cat, an owl will take it. There's a
Where
whole
we
slew of
used
predators.
to live, there was a gray horned owl couple because, they're mated for life.
Mm-hmm.
I could see them things from about 20 acres away, standing in the middle of the field looking like Jeepers Creepers.
Yeah.
They get big.
They do.
And cats,
They'll haul off a cat.
They'll haul off a dog. They will haul off a medium-sized dog because
Yeah.
they are big enough to do it.
Uh-huh.
Hawks will haul off cats.
Yeah.
So if you live out in the county, you have feral cats, you need to be able to maintain them and keep them in an area where it's going to be safe for them.
Sure.
Because that animal's life still matters just as much as another animal, but there's wild animals out there for these animals to hunt. That's how you keep down the mice population is birds in
Mother
the sky.
Nature has its own food chain that we're just a part of. We don't have control over.
No, but cats should not be on their menu.
Yeah. Exactly. So, but yes, you're right. That's. But I get that sometimes, those working cats, but animal control is where you want to go. Every cat that's coming out of the Humane Society, these are indoor cats.
These are your friendly cats that are going to play with a fake mouse and not a real mouse.
The idea is to get them fatter as years go by.
But not too fat. You don't want to kill them with kindness. You want to be kind to them and don't have the 55-pound cat that only ate hot dogs its entire life.
I saw one of those cats on Twitter the other day. I think it was literally a 50-pound cat. And I'm like, wow.
We had
it was
one
pretty, but
come
it was so
into
big.
the kennel that the owner had only ever fed it hot dogs.
Wow.
And the cat was like 48 pounds.
Wow.
And Santa Fe Humane, they had the capabilities of putting him on a diet.
Yeah.
Well, they also flew him to New York for the New York show, and he died in flight because his body couldn't handle the flight.
Man. Because it was
But
so much
he was
holding its own weight
almost 50 pounds.
Wow.
Like, he was the size of a lab.
Ugh.
And he was just a tomcat.
Yeah.
The cat, he didn't have legs. He had things that stuck out like this. And when he walked, like, it looked like a worm because his whole body hit the floor. That is not healthy for your cat.
No.
Or dog to look like that.
Yeah, no.
Don't feed him human food. If you're going to feed him human food, do tuna in oil.
Yeah.
Do shredded chicken that's boiled with no seasonings.
Mm-hmm.
But don't feed them processed food because their body does not process it.
Yeah. Yeah. Tuna is your safest bet when it comes to proteins and stuff.
And salmon.
Yeah.
Just make sure you get deboned.
Yeah.
But salmon is really good for cats too.
Yeah, and the oils and stuff's good for their coats and skins and all that. Just
And
same
it
with
helps
dogs
with dander.
too.
Yeah.
Dogs, you put in eggs and things and stuff, and that's good for their coat, especially if they're a short-haired dog.
And
like a lab or
another
something.
thing a lot of people don't realize, like we take fish oil, we take omega-3s and omega-6s. A lot of that is in their food too. But if they have an actual supplement, and I can't remember the name of it, but I know they sell it at Petco. And it's in a little pump thing. You pump it onto their dry food, and then you mix it.
Okay.
And you do that once a day.
It's just like our water now, where you squirt in a thing of flavored drink or whatever, punch, and then now you got a drink that's not water. Yeah.
So, but this helps with like their coat. It helps with their skin. It helps with dander. It helps with a ton of stuff. It also helps internally. Their joints, their ligaments, it's kind of like greasing the inside of their body.
Okay.
It does the same for them as it does for us. And the majority of the time, it makes them like their food a lot better because it smells all sticky and icky.
And then they process it a little better. They got a little more lubrication to get everything out the way it's supposed to.
Right. And that also helps lack of hairballs. If you got a cat that's, continuous with hairballs.
Especially long hairs. They generally have hairball issues.
I've had several long-haired cats. And the worst cat that I ever had hairballs with was a short hair.
Really? Now, I got two long hairs. But I have a black and white with long hair, and I got a tortoiseshell with long hair. And only the tortoiseshell I got hairball issues. I don't think I've ever seen the black and white cough up a hairball. Hannah is the one I have to give the Laxatone to and all that to keep it, because if I don't, then she starts throwing up all the place. But if I do, she's good to go. But if I don't, I guarantee she wolfs down food and pukes it up and then has hairball issues.
And it's, they've made it to where the cats actually like the taste of it. So it's not like giving them medicine.
Oh, it's a treat. The one that doesn't need it is a crackhead that I gotta fight away to get to, so I feed the other one. I literally have to take one to the other room just so I can, because the other one's got to sniff and do a whole rigmarole before I lick it off my hand. The other one's just a savage. So I've got to separate them and let the one do the licking and sniffing and all that till it finally takes a bite, and then keep the savage at bay till I can get, the other one fed.
So what you can do is the savage.
Yeah.
Rub some on the front of each one of her paws really quickly in her nose.
Uh-huh.
And while she's busy trying to figure that out, you can take the other one in the cat. Yeah.
That's good. Well, that's what I do with the one that it gets too picky and starts sniffing and walks by and sniffing. And finally, I'm like, I'm done with this. And I just shoot her right on her nose.
Because she has to lick it off.
And she licks it off. I've only done it a couple times. Usually she's good. But she doesn't goof around as much now. Like I've noticed. Since I've done the thing, she's been more, okay, sniff. All right, fine, I'll lick it.
And they're like, okay, I know.
Like, I'm waiting too long. You know where it's going.
But yeah, the other one, the crackhead, just rubs some on her paws and her nose so that way it keeps her occupied.
Yeah.
So
and
that
she's
way.
got a good sniffer, too, because I could be in another room and open it, and she wouldn't hear it. It's not that kind of top.
Yeah, it's just
but she catches a whiff, because it's got that, like the one I have now, it's kind of got a mapley smell to it. So, yeah, it's.
I love how they make animal food smell appealing to humans.
Yeah.
And it's not going to taste good.
Yeah.
Like, there's a medicine that we give them, like, if they're lacking in vitamins and stuff. It's called Petinic.
Okay.
And it smells like beef broth.
Huh.
It just makes me want beef stew. Like, it smells like beef broth. Not on purpose, but I have tasted it.
Yeah.
Because sometimes they don't like it, sometimes they do. Well, when they fling and it goes in your mouth,
you got a piece.
It did not taste like beef broth.
Well, yours got a little mix of little dog saliva too. So
no, it was a cat.
Oh, cat saliva.
It was a cat. So, but it was definitely not what it smelled like. So, smelling it is not always how it tastes.
I've learned that the hard way several times. I mean, the bacon strips. That's one that caught me because they smell delicious, and you're like, surely this tastes just like a Jack Link's jobber, and it does not.
No.
It does not.
Nope. I'm not the adventurous one to taste animal foods. I'll sniff it. I'm not I'll smell it, but I'm not going to taste it.
Right. I've tried it, but yeah, I'm not all out in the regular, like, let me see if I can try to eat this stuff. Again, if anybody has any questions about everything, like I said, the thrift store is closed through Saturday until Saturday for the Small Business Saturday big fun event, huge savings, 10 a.m. sharp. Everything starts there, so that's where you want to be on Saturday. The actual shelter itself is open till noon today, and then we'll be closed until next week.
Yeah, we'll be open Saturday.
The shelter will be open Saturday.
Yeah, we're just going to be closed at noon today.
Okay.
And then Thursday and Friday. We'll be there cleaning and taking care of the animals. Gotcha. We're just not going to be open to the public.
Coming in, adopt, and shop, no.
Yeah.
Not until Saturday. So do they open at 10 also,
yes.
the shelter? So,
yes. So our hours are 10 to 12 and then 1 to 4:30.
Okay.
And then the thrift stores are 10 to 4:30. And we are Tuesday through Saturday, minus this week because of the holiday.
Yep.
And the thrift store is Wednesday through Saturday.
Very good.
Minus the holiday.
And then RoswellHumane.org, but it is under construction, so if you're having a little issue navigating through there, please be patient.
We have a big flashing thing at the top that says, please excuse our construction.
Oh, and don't forget on Facebook as well, following the Humane Society there, because that's constantly updated with
and we
new
have a
pets
new
and
logo.
things.
So if you are looking for the old logo, that's not there no more. We were...
You went with the alien theme spaceship logo, yeah.
Yes. We were lucky enough to win a grant for a professional company to redesign us a logo.
Cool.
And so we tried to figure out something that was unique that nobody else had and that would help distinguish Roswell, New Mexico from Roswell, Georgia, because their Humane Society is very similar to ours.
Okay.
So we now have, it's a cat and a dog sitting inside a spaceship. And it's really cute. It's really simple. And it says Roswell Humane Society around it, blue and green. So if you are looking for the old logo, that's not there. Look for the cat and dog in spaceship.
Yeah. Good deal. Are those going to be available in T-shirts or anything soon?
We're working with Vistaprint to get some shirts made. So anybody, once we get that situated, we will have them available for sale. We'll have them listed on the website.
Excellent.
And then also, I think new members are going to get a free T-shirt.
Good. We'll buy a bunch of shirts because, again, that all goes back to the animals.
It does.
Do that. So.
It really does. And Vistaprint is working really nicely to try to help us to get us a grant to actually cover the cost so we don't have to pay for it up
So
front.
all the money you collect is pure helping the animals.
Yes.
Love it. Love it. Love it. Again, RoswellHumane.org. Look for the Humane Society and check out the new logo on Facebook.
Yes.
And then come on by this Saturday beginning at 10 a.m. for the at the thrift store, the back to school Small Business Saturday.
Small
sale.
Business Saturday.
And then of course the come and shop and adopt.
If you love purses, I love purses. They've got a ton of nice, cute purses, and
Nice.
so I'm not the whole little purse kind of girl. I like the
You like
big
the
purse.
big
Yeah, I do.
satchel.
I do. My husband says I need it on wheels
With a
because
drawstring.
it's heavier than his military bag. But
The duffel bag. Yeah.
I don't know. He called it another bag, but
I did the family friendly version.
yeah, we
Good deal. We better go here. I just saw the time here.
Oh, yeah.
So. Everything good?
Yeah, everything's good. I was just making sure I didn't have any more notes. I was like, did we cover everything?
Well, I heard your thing go off like someone was chiming in. I was like, all right, somebody got something going on. I always hear the boom. I'm like, all right, who's trying to yell at me? So, but yes, come out and be a part. Happy Thanksgiving to
Yes,
you.
happy
And
Thanksgiving.
Don't work too hard. I know you got 7 dinners to plan, but don't try not to work too hard. Put your
Only-
husband to work on that turkey.
He'll work on the turkey. I'll work on the sides, and then all the desserts. So we have key lime pie, cherry pie, peach cobbler.
That's
pumpkin
quite a
pie.
variety. If you don't, there's got to be one pie in that whole group that someone would like. You know, if you don't, you're a bah humbug.
I'm the cherry pie girl.
I'll eat cherry. I'll eat key lime. I won't mess with peach, but I'll live with the others.
The cobbler's mainly for my husband because he
Ah.
loves cobbler.
Good deal.
Peach. So.
My wife makes one about him. I don't like peaches. Don't mess with those. All right, it is 9:54. Let's take a quick break before we wrap up. Don't go away.
Now your Pecos Valley News Update. I'm Jared Cirillo. A local prosecutor stepping up an effort to keep an accused child rapist in jail until his trial. 38-year-old Juan Rodriguez of Roswell was arrested last week for allegedly paying a 12-year-old child to have sex with him. The girl told police that she had contacted Rodriguez after learning that he took part in this type of activity. The police report says the girl was paid $80 on one occasion and $150 on another. Something happened, however, to cause the girl to become upset, and she went to police. Eddy County leaders are working to get first responders to your doorstep quicker if you ever need them. The county now planning to use about $470,000 to upgrade its emergency alert system in hopes of creating a faster response time for emergency units. The money was left over from a previous upgrade to the radio communication system 2 years ago. You're up to date. I'm Jared Cirillo reporting.
It's time for the Chavez County Sports Report. The Goddard Lady Rockets continue to play ball and basketball. Yeah, the season started for them a little bit before everybody else. At least they're making it worth their while. Goddard last night defeated Gadsden at home. Looked like a football score. 31-18 was the final, but Goddard is now 2-0 on the season and will next be in action against Clovis on Tuesday at 7. And we told you that's when the Goddard boys, the Roswell boys, and the Roswell girls, they're all going to start next Tuesday. But that's not all. We have also got on Tuesday Dexter playing at Loving, the season opener for the Demons, and Gateway Christian in a boys-girls doubleheader against Jowl. That starts at 6:30 with the girls game, the boys game after that. And the Dexter girls start on Tuesday against Lovington. The Sports Report brought to you by DSI. Call DSI for all your office technology needs. I'm Eric Butler at Roswell Talk FM 106.5.
With the Wall Street Business Report, I'm Bob Agnew. Employees at the world's biggest Apple iPhone factory have been beaten and detained in protests over contract disputes amid antivirus controls.
Videos on Chinese social media that say they were filmed at the factory in the central city of Zhengzhou show thousands of people in masks facing rows of police. One person gets hit in the head with a club and another taken away with his arms held behind his back. Other videos show protesters spraying fire extinguishers toward police. Social media postings say workers are protesting contract violations. The factory owner, Foxconn Technology Group, said earlier it was using closed-loop management, which refers to employees living at the workplace with no outside contact. I'm Charles de Ledesma.
The number of Americans applying for unemployment benefits rose last week to the highest level since August. For the Wall Street Business Report, I'm Bob Agnew in Washington.
This Thanksgiving, Roswell Honda has knocked the stuffing out of the prices. With a gravy boatload of savings across the lot that you gotta gobble up. Like a 2022 Hyundai Accent for just $339 a month, 2020 Buick Encore for just $299 a month, or a 2015 Honda Odyssey for just $269 a month. Zero down, no payments for 90 days, and super low monthly payments make this a November to remember. So don't be a turkey. With prices this low, there won't be any leftovers. Trot on down to the November to remember sales event on now at Roswell Honda, 2177 West 2nd.
The numbers don't lie. Crime is up in southeastern New Mexico. In 2021, Roswell had almost 40 crimes per 1,000, including larceny, assault battery, burglary, motor vehicle theft, robbery, and homicide. These days, the best defense you can get is having a locally owned company install the best security system available. That's Xena Security Services. They offer real security solutions for your home and business. When it comes to your safety, you need a locally owned, locally minded security company at your defense. Call Xena Security Services today, 575-626-3521, 575-626-3521.
This is John.
Hey, my name is John Jackson.
He's not some actor. He's a steward of the land with a John Deere 3 Series tractor. John runs with us. Nothing runs like a Deere. Get a 3 Series tractor with 0% APR for 72 months at your John Deere dealer today. For additional cost information, please call toll-free 855-633-2316.
Stop by Pecos Valley Equipment in Artesia or Roswell, or visit us online at pecosvalleyequipment.com.
Here's a Mornings with Mike Winters fun fact. The first toilet being flushed in a motion picture was in the movie Psycho. Mike thought it was Gone with the Wind. Here's Mike Winters.
And it's closing in on 10 o'clock. That's going to do it for us. Everyone have a happy, safe Thanksgiving holiday. We'll be back with a brand new show Monday. Take care, and thank you for allowing us to be a part of your day. We really do appreciate that.
Gobble, gobble, everybody.
There you go. You're listening to 106.5 Roswell's Talk FM, KEND, or Roswell, New Mexico. We'll talk to you later.
Breaking news this hour from townhall.com. I'm John Scott. In Chesapeake, Virginia, a Walmart manager opened fire on fellow employees gathered in a break room, according to a witness. 6 people were killed. The gunman, who apparently killed himself, was dead when police found him. There was no clear motive for the shooting, which also left 4 people in the hospital. Chesapeake Police Chief Mark Selesky.
We are truly saddened at the tragedy that took place in our community last night. And we are all praying for the family, friends, and co-workers of everyone that's affected by this senseless violence.
The shooter used a pistol and was a Walmart employee, but no name has been released because his family has not been notified. There's no confirmation on whether the victims were all employees. Also at townhall.com, the Thanksgiving travel rush is definitely back on this year.